Oh, hello there. Come closer out of the dark and sit around my campfire, why not? My name, is of no great importance, but the stories I have to tell you are. Witness 4 lost souls journeying together through a grim world of perilous adventure. Be warned, though, these stories are not for the faint-hearted, and once you have heard them, you cannot unheard them. Bear witness to the Vagabond Chronicles. Holy shit.
Oh, look, lads.
Center marching.
Let the undead. Take the ungak down with you.
Ziggy, ziggy. Oh no, sir, we gotta go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ziggy, ziggy. Oh, baby, sir, we gotta go. A skeleton woman waits for me. The there's another hiding behind the tree. I'm gonna run around her all alone. You never, never know if I make it home. Ziggy, ziggy, oh no, I said we gotta go. Yeah, 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 I said ziggy, ziggy, oh baby, I said we gotta go. 3 nights and days you made fun of me. I think of Teddy so constantly. Down in that hole, I dream is there. Can take the pierce out of his hair. Ziggy, ziggy, yeah, 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 yeah. I said we gotta go. Whoa, I said ziggy, ziggy. Oh no, I said we gotta go.
I can't swim. I can't swim.
Fuck it, let's give it to him right now.
It's everywhere. Sling some arrows at him, Del.
Matthias dragging me out.
I'm after. You lads, we don't fight it. May not be able to kill him, you're dead. We're trying to kill a lot. I'm dead. God's damn
It won't be long before they break my guts. Take me in the arms again, and please get me fucked out of here. I ziggy, ziggy, oh no, I said we gotta go. Yeah, 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 I said ziggy, ziggy, oh baby, we gotta go.
I said we gotta go now.
I said we
Let's
gotta
get fucking out
go
right here,
now.
right now.
We gotta go
Silly
now.
arsehole, always trying to fight what he can't.
Right now, yeah. Holy shit! Salutations and greetings, young wanderers! As I enjoy this voice very much, I'm going to stay in it the entire way through. No, I'm not going to do that, it's ridiculous. Tom, what? Stop me. You should stop me.
Have we just accidentally fallen into an episode of Nightmare?
Do you remember Nightmare? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Loads of
Dude
stories.
sounded just like that. That was uncanny. That was
pretty
pretty
I love
cool.
that show so much.
It was a good show. Hi, everybody.
This week the role playing is just going to be us going move forward, 3 steps,
Turn left.
turn
No,
left.
the other left.
Spell
Your left.
spellcasting. For everyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, look this up on YouTube. It was a show called Nightmares, but with a K because it was like you're a
Dharma
night
knows it.
Nightmare.
Dharma's
in a
got it.
nightmare.
Yeah, Nightmare.
Well, I'm sure a few people do, but there's a lot of people who won't because it is way before their time.
It was
So,
back when, like, it was like kind of like the first time you saw like cool VFX in a TV show for kids, and it blew our little
yeah,
tiny
it was
fucking
awesome.
minds.
You were literally.
Blew
It was like
TV, CGI. It was awesome.
it was like
pretty
80s CGI
Yeah, it was pretty
nightmare.
amazing. Yeah.
And Command
Yeah.
and Conquer graphics.
Yeah, it was basically Command and Conquer, but then they just threw it all back together. Hi, folks. So, hello there on that bombshell note of wonderful nostalgia. Welcome to the Vagabond Chronicles. Hi, Vagabonds. What's up with my Vagabonds?
Hey.
Hi. So tonight we have. I always seem to fuck up the introductions. I don't know why. It's probably something psychological and alpha about that. I'm not going to read into it.
It's because you're all cute and nervous, isn't it?
It's
Neil?
all cute and nervous and exciting. It's Vagabond Sunday. It's Vagabond Day. I get really excited.
Yeah, he races around all day. We get little messages from him. It's
This
Vagabond
is
Day,
I have.
everybody.
I've messaged you 20 times today or something crazy like that. I've had 2 phone calls.
There's
20
loads up on
messages.
sugar. That's what it is.
Little
It's
bit.
just sugar and MSG.
And can I just say, Neil's absolute excitement about that song all through yesterday, just constant update.
tweaking, playing
Yeah,
around with it.
so
Guys,
exciting.
Oh, shit.
guys,
Danger
we do this.
pizza.
We do
I'll be
this.
right
We
back,
do
I'll
it.
be right back.
Record this. Go there.
Hang on, I'll be right back. Hang on. You talk amongst yourselves. I've got danger pizza. Hang on.
You hear Big Ben in the background. It means that the pizza has arrived. Neil. That song, by the way, for everyone who's asking It was Louie Louie, which is an awesome song from the 60s. Great. By
Danger Piece.
by actually.
Sorry about that, folks.
It's the Kingsmen originally.
The Kingsmen, yeah. It was like the only good song they did.
Can I just say something? It's okay. He's not going to be listening. He's working. But my regular pizza dude, it was not my regular pizza guy. And I gotta say, I don't know if should I rate the delivery like demure, like.
Did he just throw it in your face, or did he?
No, he was polite and everything. He just wasn't like, all right, mate, how you doing? 'Cause the dude who usually does it, who's a nice young kid, he looks like student age.
Gregarious.
He's not gregarious. He's just like positive. He's like a positive kid, right? And this dude was like, "I need pizza." You're like, dude, it's about a performance. It's like, if you want to burst into ta-da, I'm cool with that. I'm down with it. In fact, if I was a pizza delivery guy, that's exactly how I do it. Ta-da! Your pizza.
Pizza!
Pizza! It's your pizza time.
I mean, that would actually enhance my excitement when I receive the pizza.
Because then when you eat the pizza, Tom, you've already had that wonderful experience of somebody going, ta-da! And then it's like, I'm going to eat a pizza. You know what I mean?
Maybe hand you a balloon as well with the pizza.
Loving it, sir. That's the cherry on top of my cake.
Yeah.
So anyway, we've sort of digressed. Squirrel. Sorry about that, folks. So I hope. What do you think of the song? You like the song? The song. I was very excited about the song. As you can
We've
tell.
got to do the album soon.
The album's coming out.
We're building it.
Building up.
Yeah. Should we do a little roll call? Who's playing this week?
Who's
Neil?
playing this week? So hi, very quickly to the community. Hello to our chat, to our mods as well. I'm not sure who is here today. Might be Engels, might be Yogo, Shannon. Hey Shannon. Mod love all around. So thank you very much for helping us, and thank you for all the resubs as well, folks. That's awesome. And for anybody that's hit their anniversary, we had our baby Twitch baby, a baby Twitch baby. We're not calling our Twitch baby Twitch.
I really hope that I never have a Twitch baby, because that sounds scary.
No, pizza babies are one thing.
It's like you're having a spider baby.
Okay, Tom's just going to rock backwards and forwards for a little while. So we're going to carry on with the
genetically
introductions.
interesting kids. That's my area.
That's exactly right. So what we're up to? We're doing introductions. So who's here? Roll call. Should this be a segue? Roll call.
Everybody.
So who's here? I guess starting by initiative order, we're going with our new elf, our elf about town. The elf that was denied. You were denied greatness. I seem to remember making that canon.
was. It's not my day. It's not my day.
And you were supposed to. It's Dell that was supposed to be joining this kick-ass adventuring crew that was ultimately going to one day fire the arrow that would save the world from the end times. And instead, by a cruel twist of fate, by some dark god that you pissed off, you met the vagabonds first. And now you're doomed. Okay, cool.
And now you're an elf on the shelf.
Elf on the shelf. So why don't you introduce us very quickly to Dell, please?
Yes, hello. I am Blue. I play Dell, and she is an elf rogue outlaw class. And I'm currently just casually drowning in the water after failing to do a kick-ass arrow trick. Yeah, I fell into the water. So that's about where I'm at right now.
You're at. And you cannot swim, I believe.
I can't swim. Apparently, it doesn't say I have swim. I'm guessing that's a skill that I do not have.
It means you can sort of like doggy paddle at best, but if the water gets rough, you're in deep trouble.
But am I a witch? Because I hear witches float. So
yeah, if you're a witch, you'll be fine, and then they'll burn you at the stake.
I'm a wood elf.
You're a wood elf. Yeah, you are a wood elf. Very good. You're a wood elf. I'm not sure that's going to save you, but I enjoy a pun. So thanks very much. That's Dell. Moving on to our hedge wizard with the mostest, our mostest hedge wizard. Who can't...
The hedge wizardist with the mostest.
I can't work it out. I'm just staring at my pizza going, when will Tom start talking so I can eat? Anyway, Tom, I'll hand it over to you. Tom.
Hand it over.
Tom,
hi, I'm Tom. I'm playing the character Ratigan. He is a hedge wizard. He likes hedges, and he has 2 ferrets. And they do stuff for him. He does spells sometimes, but mostly they go wrong. He does the spells by sneezing. I'm doing this like I've written an essay in like first grade.
Your summer holiday.
Like
on my summer holiday, I joined
I went with
Recent spells I have learned is throwing stones at people, floating, other spells. And so hopefully I'm not in the river, which is good, but I am slightly worried about the many skeletons that are marching towards us and a bunch of dwarves. This is worrying.
That's the song, right? That's what the song is about. The song is about all those
The
horrible skeletons.
gist of the song, for anyone who wasn't listening to the terrible lyrics,
Hey now, Tom. Hey now.
was
Hey now,
that we
man.
should get
Hey
the
now.
fuck out.
They were not bad.
They were all right, except for the last verse, which didn't rhyme, and I had.
You said you weren't going to say anything, Tom. You said you weren't going to say anything.
I'm so sorry, dude.
That's right.
I'm going to hand it over. Now, we are missing someone.
We are missing
this
someone.
week, actually.
Yeah.
We are missing good old Dr. Steve, who unfortunately is taking one of his little weeks off because he is...
He's a very hard-working, real-life
very
doctor.
hard-working doctor who is working to vaccinate lots and lots and lots of people. And also, he's got family and kids and stuff. So he's just a very, very busy man indeed. So unfortunately, he is not joining us this week. So we are going to jointly be playing
By
his
committee.
character, Sigismund Hauptmann. What role? What? Hang on. What is he? He's not. Is he corporal? Corporal.
Well,
Sigismund Hauptmann.
Yeah, he's Corporal
Corporal
Hauptmann.
Hauptmann.
He was a squire. He's now a freelancer knight, a knight for hire, a knight about town.
Okay.
He is 17 years old. He's questionable in terms of his attitude towards the opposite sex or any other gender for
He's
that matter.
still a virgin.
We think he's
for
still a
sure.
virgin. No, which is no big deal. But for Ziggy,
No
it's a
big deal, but for him
Ziggy,
it
it's a big
is.
deal. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
one of those guys. He's like a lot to prove. Big fish and chips on his shoulder. You know, he's one of those dudes, right? He's
Yes.
but the one thing in his favour, he's a very, very competent fighter. He's got natural ability at fighting. He's very, very good at it. But that's kind of the only thing going for him at the moment. And he does have a habit of doing cool things and nobody notices. And that's all you need to know about him right now.
That's what you need to know. We're going to be group playing him,
Yeah.
which is going to be great. So next week he's going to show up. Not next week, but the next episode he'll show up and probably he'll discover that he's like head first in a hole or something.
Why is my head in a hole? Yes,
Yeah.
he speaks with a very broad Old Walder accent. That's not German, that's Old Walder, Tom. That's what that accent is. It's moving on to our last, but not least by any measure of the man, the gnome, our resident Swiss Army knife. Jim, who's your character, man?
My character is Bondo, a gnome engineer in the making.
Indeed.
Currently a pharmacist who has become a militiaman
That's right.
through the stresses of war and such like.
He just
Come
wanted
on,
to
time,
mix
come
his
on, time.
potions, but now he's going to blow some shit up.
Yeah,
It's
now he's mixing it up
Bondo.
big time. Yes. Yes. Bondo is a simple creature, but nonetheless. is
I
rude.
can't remember what Bondo and Ratty were doing at the point where Del was in the river.
Bondo, you were smacking him around the face to snap him out of his fear because he suddenly went very fearful of this.
Oh,
walking-
Bondo! Did Bondo get the fear because of the skeleton?
Yeah, and then he went off to make. So you don't watch the fucking show, Tom. All right, so why don't we get into it? And I'll Are you sitting
week-
comfortably, Thomas? Then I'll begin the story. I'll tell you the story when we start. How about that? How about that? I do my role. You do
Well,
my
we're
job.
kind
You
of
do your
doing a
job.
sort of semi-catch-up as we introduce the characters, which I think is quite a neat way of doing it.
Fine. If that's you want to restart.
It kind of is comprised. So we know that Del's in the river.
Del's in the
Bondo
river.
is-
Bondo is making, well, has made a Molotov cocktail and spilt most of the oil all over himself because I made you basically interrupt him every 5 minutes, well, every 50 seconds. That's why he only managed to make one. He rolled a dice and he got one out of the entire stock. I'm saying the reason is that you were just getting in the way by asking questions. Oh, what's that do? And what does it taste like? And all that kind of stuff, right?
Rattigan would definitely try and drink the Molotov cocktail.
Right? He definitely tried to do
Yeah.
that. He does mind sweeping at pubs. I mean, he's like, he's shameless.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what you do. Del's in the river, and Ziggy Ziggy mansplained archery to Del. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm going to get the board up now, folks.
So
Sorry
he's
about that.
he's basically in more
Delph
trouble
range.
than all of
Yeah.
us. Put
Yeah, he's
together.
in more trouble than everybody else. So
Okay.
that's where we're at. And I guess that's it for the crappy intro that we did this time. Wait, have I?
So-
I'm on the wrong thing.
No, so hang on. What
I'm
time
totally
is
on the
it?
wrong thing. Yeah, I
What?
was on the wrong thing completely. So I wasn't even
What?
spaced out there.
Neil,
Yes.
Neil,
Yes.
stay with us.
No.
What time is it?
I have no idea, dude. To ask me these things. I'm trying to create art here. Okay, so why don't we do one very quick community news and then get to the game because time is moving on.
That's what I was prompting.
I know.
Really smoothly, and you just.
I suddenly realised I was staring at myself on the screen. And I have no idea why until some English Firts pointed out.
Well,
Thank
you are
much
very,
for that.
very beautiful.
Thank
very
you.
beautiful indeed.
My bless you for that.
Beautiful.
Bless
Yeah.
you for that. Bless you. Flattery will get you absolutely anywhere you wish to go, sir. Apart from, you know.
I just caught my
succeeding.
reflection, and I just had
to
stand and
stop.
stare at it for an hour.
Community news with your pal and possible guilty secret, Thomas Vladimir Balderdash Pistachio Mustachio Maurice Felicity Daville.
Felicity.
Do you like that one? That was a new one. Do you like
Nice
that?
touch.
I
That was a
feel
long
like,
time
I feel a bit of a Felicity for sure.
You feel like
I
a
can go-
Felicity, right?
I'm definitely a Felicity, and also I got to say, pistachio. One of my favorite flavors is ice cream. So
There you
you know,
go.
you're really getting close to the actual.
I know
name
you well. I know you
there.
well. I know.
When you can actually guess the name,
It's
like,
going to be a
a
day,
lot-
isn't it, man?
yeah, a lot of pizza guys are going to show up with a lot of balloons for you.
I was thinking
can
that
tell you that.
I'd run down a certain beach and you'd be at the other end and I'd scream your entire name out and you'd stop and turn in slow motion with your luscious long hair like flicking in the wind with a little bit of like sea salt like spray on them, and then you and I start running together and we'd hug because it's been like a year and a half since I hugged you. Is that too much?
If that's what you want when you guess my whole name,
Yeah, that's what I
By all
want.
means.
I want to break fucking. I'm gonna break quarantine. I'm gonna break fucking social distancing. That's what I want from you, man. Obviously, gonna get
hey,
tested.
I live
for
next to a beach, so
There you go.
you know.
We've already got a beach.
There you go. Well, let's make this. We can film it and put it. You know,
gonna be beautiful,
give
man.
it to all the sub.
Community
so
news,
look,
so I give you my pizza. Come on.
community news. There is not a huge amount this week, but we are just a few sort of catch-up things. Firstly, that song, like the other songs, will go to all, I think, tier 2 subs
Yeah.
and above. But we're arranging something where tier 1 subs will eventually get all the songs as well, or something like that. But so eventually, all the songs will be fair out to all the subs. It's just like tier 2 people get them first. The stickers as well that we're doing for tier 2 people are underway. We got them ordered, so we're just waiting for them, and then we'll be sending them out. So people who are waiting for the Sad Neil stickers, they are on their way. If you are a tier 2 subscriber or above. What else? As per usual, we have a Twitter, which is @VagabondCrom. We have an Instagram. We have an amazing merch store put together by Amazing Hidden Heroin, which has got lots of groovy stuff, including lots of new Sad Neil merch, which has been popular and looks amazing. And that's, I'm sure the mods will share. It's Teespring/Vagabond Chronicles or something like that. I'm sure the mods will share the link. Our next, we will be doing, as per usual, next Sunday, instead of Vagabond Chronicles, we will be doing the Chaos Crew Couch Party. And we are going to be doing Dead by Daylight again because we really enjoyed it and we want to get better at it. If you want to join in, it's crossplay, so you can get it on PS4 or Xbox, I guess, or PC. And come and join it. If you're a sub, you can come and play a game with us. We had a real blast with it last week. So
Does it work cross-platform, both PS4?
yeah,
and
it's
PC?
crossplay. Yeah, it's crossplay, dude. So whatever format you get it on, you can play it with other people. It's really easy as well. So don't worry about it. I think you should come along, Jim.
Yes.
Jim
Alright
is
then. So-
yeah, good.
If
I
we're not
think-
like showing the house to someone or something, yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you for being very boring and middle-aged suddenly there. Out of the but yeah, understood, Jim. If you're showing the house to someone at 8 o'clock on a Sunday evening. Bit weird, but I
It's
can
a little
totally
strange.
understand.
I'm gonna say it's a little weird. So on that note, let's get into the game.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck it. Nice one. Good segue. And bam! It didn't work. And bam! Here we go, folks. All right. Let's get straight back into it because God knows we really killed it on that introduction. So picking up from where we last left off, folks, my gentles. We see Dell in the river here. This is a tributary from the Vastwater coming from a waterfall over there. So the direction of the river is obviously pushing her downstream at quite some pace. We also know she can't drown, and she looks fantastic in green hoods. Over here we have Bondo and Teddy, who are over like a little supply area over here. Oh Jesus, what happened to my screen? Okay.
Teddy?
Not Teddy, sorry, not Teddy. Bondo and Ratty over here. And you've sort of wasted all the supplies there, and you've made one Molotov cocktail against a warband of some numbers. The dwarves have all sort of got into this kind of crazy, cool, diamond-ish... It's like a quartz, isn't it? Oh, it's a sort of like...
Are they sort of turtled up?
Yeah,
with their
turtled up in
shields?
like a kind of loose hexagon right there. And they've got two scouts. These are two scouts who are running along there. This bridge is sort of smashed open on this side here, which is where Dell fell into. And Ziggy is just like standing over going, I told you you didn't know how to pull that bow! I think the last words that we heard from Blue was, I blame Ziggy, fuck you, and all that kind of stuff. And she's now rapidly being pulled down. She managed to take a breath of air, and then her again was pushed under by the churning waves back underneath the river, where she is currently sort of suspended and being moved downstream rather quickly.
Is she being pulled towards the skeleton?
Yes, she is, Tom.
Oh,
Very astute.
Blue.
A quick look at the health. That's Blue over there. That's Tom. This is that's where Steve's is, and that's yours. Okay, cool. So if we see that anybody that's new, by the way, folks, these are the characters. That's Bondo on the left. That's Ratty next to him. This is Ziggy, who is the Corporal Ziggy, and over here is our lovely outlaw elf Blue. So first things first, I guess we go to initiative order. And this is narrative, folks. We're not in direct combat, but we are going to take it bit by bit because a lot's happening in a very short space of time. It's about 6 seconds per round, so you can imagine what can happen in 6 seconds. The dwarves are sort of gearing up. One of them, there's now a chant being built up, and you can also hear some kind of weird chanting noises from the skeletons. But then obviously skeletons don't really have throats. So it's a little strange and spookifying, I guess. It's very cool. It's a shame you can't hear it. Sorry, lone audience. Okay, so Blue, what is going on? What's happening? How are you doing underwater?
Not great.
Okay.
Last turn I know I did a strength check, and I passed that. So I don't know what I can do. Like, I'm looking for, like, are there branches or anything I can grab onto?
Sure. So you've essentially made a strength test, which means you weren't like knocked unconscious and you weren't like drowning immediately. But you're essentially going to have to not hold your breath, but your toughness level is going to dictate how many rounds before you start taking essentially wounds, i.e. start drowning. But you're not going to drown like you've suddenly got a flood of water into your mouth. It's more like biffing about, holding your breath, not being able to, like snatching small breaths, which is not quite enough. So does that make sense? So it's not like your wounds aren't literal sometimes. They're kind of like a buff.
Sure, yeah.
Before you hit 0. When you hit 0, that's when you get real world wounded. So
man.
What's your toughness at the moment?
2.
Whoops! Whoopsie! Alright, so you are going to have 2 rounds of unmolested lung activity before the water is going to you start gulping down water. You can at that point you can make a strength test to try and grab a proper mouthful of air. But this essentially is like you're in risk test territory once you hit that. So risk test is like a 50-50 chance of. You don't have swim, and you're going to try and use your strength to. You can use initiative to try and see. Underwater is not cool because obviously you're underwater and it's difficult to see underneath that. But you can use an initiative test to see if there's anything close by or up ahead rather, that you might be able to snag or grab, and then maybe you can try like a snatch test, a grab test, and try and grab it on the way and hold yourself to it, so at least you get your head out of the water and stop drowning. That makes sense?
So what am I doing now?
Right, so you are moving pretty rapidly. You're about the same level as where the Lawmaster. In fact, some of these dwarves have just turned like this as they see like the splash, and Gimbrin is there, and they're not even saying anything, and they all got this.
I hate it here. This place sucks. I'm outie.
They've all got like this look on their face, like a smile, and Gimbrin just holds up a hand, and just starts waving, like there's all those little waves as you go past.
Sucks. Okay.
You're like, fuck you, dwarves! Like that, and you just like slide past, and they just turn back.
They think you're doing a bump.
That I was trying to help.
Yeah. Oh well, actually, unbeknownst to you, but they all get plus 10 on all of their rolls now because they're in such a good mood. Just this half of the dwarves, because those dwarves didn't see that, obviously. So you have helped. Right, you need to make, I would say you're going to make an initiative test, but minus 20, because your water's getting in your face, you're also pretty freaked out. You know, you are almost not drowning yet, but you're not in a good place. And you're also being weighed down by all of your stuff. So, what's your initiative?
My initiative is 69.
Again, still?
If in doubt, all of Del's stats are 69.
Right. And
69 across the board.
Are we still on a gentle person's agreement that we can't make fun of that? We're still under that agreement.
I'm not making fun of it. I'm merely pointing it out.
Fair enough.
So that everyone else can make fun of it.
Okay, so hit R and roll your dice. That wasn't a roll. I'm not accepting that as a roll. So basically scroll.
That was totally a roll.
Scroll over and press R. A proper roll like that. Like, see, that's a good roll. So you do that now. That was just like a drop.
Wait, does that roll pass?
No, it does not. No, it absolutely doesn't. That was a mic. This is like a mic drop equivalent. That was a mic drop equivalent of a dice that you did. Cool. 93! Much better! All right, so the first roll would have failed as well, so I'm not like really cheating. All right, so you're floating down, but the water unfortunately is sort of the dwarves have distracted you and have annoyed you to the point where you're just not really paying attention to the jeopardy you're in. And as you turn back, the sort of water smashes you in the face, and you can't see anything, and you go down a bit further, but you haven't as yet seen anything that you might be able to grab or use to sort of get yourself out of this predicament. Okay, up next is Ziggy. I'm going to make a laughing test. Yeah, it's automatic. So Ziggy starts laughing. Goes, just like laughing. He just sort of says something in Old World. He goes, yeah, did you see that? She's worse than I am! Like that. And calls over to Ratty, I guess. Ratty and Bonder. Ratty, you're up next. So what are you doing?
Is there anything that I can see at all on the side, like there's no rope or anything in like around the edge of the mine that looks like I could throw it to rescue her?
You can make a search test of the box you're looking at if you wish.
Hang on, I think I've got rope. No, I don't.
Okay.
Did one of us bring rope? I'm sure one of us was talking about.
I think
rope.
Del has some rope.
Del, throw us the rope.
Del, we can save you.
Del, have you got rope?
I don't. Hang on. Okay.
Oh, I know who's got rope. Teddy.
I have a camping kit. I don't know what's in.
Nah,
the
that's
kit.
rope is quite like a specific item. So.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Teddy had rope, and a fat lot of good it did him. Remember Teddy? Teddy, we bastard.
I gotta say, someone when we posted up the Twitter thing was like, with the kid's drawing was like, is that Teddy I see in it? And I just wanted to be like, Teddy's still in the hole. He's still down that hole, everybody.
He's still in the hole, man.
I'm so sorry.
Hole stroke.
All right,
chasm,
I'm gonna do a search on the. I'm gonna do a search on this box.
All right, so that's a quick test.
With that bombshell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight. It's a straight.
What am I rolling against?
Initiative, sir.
I passed it.
Get the fuck out of town, you lucky.
I
you
fucking
lucky
did
dog.
23.
You lucky dog. Natural. Okay. So not even using luck. Oh, what is your luck today? It still isn't a new day, so your luck is still as it was. Great. Okay,
yes.
cool. Okay, so yeah, you actually find exactly what you need. You find a 10-yard loop of rope that if you're quick enough or if your aim is true, you might be able to throw.
If my aim is true.
How quick are you? What is your movement, by the way?
My movement is 4.
Oh my god, we've never actually used movement properly apart from a few jumps here and there. Cool. Okay, you're gonna have to run flat out.
4 is but 4 is pretty quick, right?
4 is
It's
quick,
like-
yeah. 3 is the average human speed for like a normal bumpkin or townsperson. So 4 is
Yeah.
actually pretty. Yeah, it's not Usain Bolt.
4
or
is
anything.
kind of semi-athletic.
Semi-athletic,
It's
I would say. Yeah, you've got
Yeah.
bumpkin speed of the bumpkin. If I ever did a TV show, I'm now going to make like one of the characters have speed of the bumpkin.
Does that mean wherever
Which of the TV presenter? Like, right.
Yeah.
So you're
okay,
pretty
so I'm
nippy.
gonna.
Yeah.
Okay, what do I? So I'm gonna run and try and throw this rope. Then what do I have to roll?
Nothing. You're just running at your full capacity. So you break off into a run immediately. I'm not going to ask if you warmed up because that would seem mean a dramatic turn of this event. But you
I've got
can't.
adrenaline flowing through me because I'm very aware of the skeletons that are.
Yeah, you're
bearing
running
down.
towards like where the skeletons are, albeit on the other side of the river. Are you going to call out to Dell or anything like that? You need to try and get her attention.
Yep.
All right.
Yep, I am.
Can you make? Do you have public speaking as a skill? I'm being serious.
No, I got
All right.
no speaking
I'm
skills.
gonna open this pale ale and ask you to roll against your leadership, please, to try and make your voice heard above the churning water and whatnot.
Life feels slightly unnecessary.
It does, doesn't it? Doesn't it
I
feel
feel like
unnecessary?
he legit just wants me to drown. Like I feel like
That's not. That's
I feel like
absolutely
a
not true.
leadership. Again, also leadership. Is it just?
Oh, do you know what, Tom? I'm just fucking with you. It's fine. You don't have to do that. I think the second I said, "Do you have public speaking as a skill?" was the clue. That's fine. So you're going to start shouting and screaming. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so you start running at full tilt. Your robes flashing in the wind. One of the dwarves turns, stares at you, sees your naked buttock, and just goes, oh, interesting. And then turns away, never to tell the vagabonds which cheek he looked at to see your tattoo. So yeah, you carry on running. Your robe is flapping in the wind. And yeah, Dale, you get the sense that you can hear the madman, the drunk madman, from behind you. Like he's now
Can
running.
I just say on the
ahead.
butt cheek that my birthmark isn't on, I've got a little tattoo of a little winky face.
Really?
That's probably what the dwarf.
He saw the winky face. He didn't see the real tattoo. He saw the winky face tattoo. Nice.
Saw a little winky face.
God,
Yeah.
I give you all such free headcanon rain. All right. So fine.
It
that's
could be
okay.
another. It could be another birthmark in the shape of a winky.
No,
face.
it's a tattoo. You made the tattoo yourself. It kind of looks.
Tattooed my own.
You tattooed
butt.
your own bum, and it kind of looks like a really shit Sad Neil now. So it's
And
a
I
little
did
bit.
it. I did it just to balance. Can you draw it in the
I'm gonna draw it. I'm gonna draw it in the waterfall, folks. You know, I'm trying to make this into a podcast at some point. So this is. I just have to cut all this shit out. Getting a bit sick.
No, this is great.
So,
this is good material.
Winky face. Like
If
that.
you can imagine, there you go. I
That's
can
the
see
next
it now.
picture, by the way, folks.
It's flirty Tom.
He's made a little head. He's made a cheeky little body for the head now.
He has.
I'm a little,
That's-
it looks kind of like Charlie Brown, except he's melting.
Charlie Brown.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like Charlie Brown smiling,
Like a
which is weird because.
There you go. No, that doesn't work. The hair doesn't work. I don't think the hair's too much. All right, so that is now canon.
That's on Ratigan's other butt, but like, and literally, it's that badly drawn.
Is that badly? It's just
Like
literally.
a
In fact,
second pin tattoo.
in fact, the fact that I drew it and not Ratty is actually marginally
By
better
the
than
way-
what Ratty wrote. Yeah,
By
what's
the
up?
way,
Yeah, what's up?
can we just give a shout out to Cloaker Queenie, who got Sad Neil tattooed? On
Oh my
her.
God! Yeah, sorry, I completely forgot about that. I saw that. That's
Yeah.
amazing. I feel very, very
Queenie.
honoured and
You
slightly
rock.
humbled by that.
You rock, but also Sad Neil is trademarked to Neil, so you are now his. you are now
Careful now.
Sorry, Cloaker. Sorry, man. But
Sorry,
listen,
sorry,
I'm going to be like cool, right? I'll just be asking you to do office errands, maybe, and that'll be it. You're an employee, basically, of the Sad Neil Corporation.
Trademark
Sad
Sad
Neil
Neil.
Core.
Yeah, I actually have trademarked Sad Neil. That
We should
but
actually
happy to
that
do
should be
it.
our production company name is Sad Neil.
Totally. Yeah, we should do. Okay. All right. Let's talk later.
Incorporated.
We'll talk later. But yeah, really, I'm quite humbled and blown away by that. So thank you very much for even honouring your skin with that tattoo, because that's like amazing.
Anyway, look,
Neil,
now
Digress.
Queenie's
Neil.
got something to put on It's got like Happy Charlie Brown to put on another part.
So I feel this is not the most important. Like I was trying to get to the combat today, so I'm kind of feeling that we're digressing more than usual, Tom.
Tiny bit, Neil. Can I stop you there for a second?
Yes.
We've got the lawyers on 3. They say you can't use Sad Neil at the moment. Jamie Oliver's already got it, apparently.
Who has?
Jamie Oliver.
Fuck Jamie Oliver. Nah, Sad Neil was a creation by myself that came out organically. Nah, Sad Neil's my thing. All right.
I'm drowning.
Okay. Yes, help! I'm drowning. See, I told you the art gets
elf?
it every year. You bozos, help! I'm drowning. All right. So
Neil,
next,
surely I need to roll something like a bow skill roll just to throw this.
you haven't got close, but yes, you will do that. You'll do a ballistic skill roll to try and aim it in front of her, so she can catch it. But not right now because there's other.
In the meantime, I'm just like basically bandy-legged running and going, "Oi, oi, elf, rope, rope, rope,
Yeah,
rope, rope."
exactly right. Yeah, rope me blue Del rope down. Del rope down.
Yeah.
You're doing that. You're doing the introductions. You're breaking the ice. Bondo, it's your turn, sir. What do you want to do? You've got a Molotov unlit in your hand.
Yes, I collapsed in laughter watching the idiot run down the river.
It is quite funny.
No.
It looks like a chicken with purpose.
I love it. I'm going to be showing my purpose as well. I'm
All right.
going to try and run across the bridge.
Okay, you have a movement of what now, sir? Before you pelt the entire way across.
3.
You have a-
So I'm about
you're
there.
definitely going to be where Ziggy is, just past Ziggy, I would say. And then we'll
Yeah,
thank
my
you.
little short legs.
Cool. In fact, Ziggy's
Short, stout.
short and stout. Ziggy sort of looks at you and he sees you running off and goes, I guess one of us has to be the hero. Now, Biddy Widdy! Let me help you! You look weak and defenseless. And you start doing that. Some of the dwarves like knock into him. He goes, yeah. You'll thank me in
Did
a
he
minute.
just call the leader of the dwarves Beardy Weirdy?
He's done it before. It's not the
And
first
weak
time.
defenseless.
Yeah, he's not
This
the
is a
first
guy
time.
who's been more combat
Oh,
than he has in
he's
5
worse.
lifetimes.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a secret fellowship chest to see if he gets away with that sass. And he...
I think he should.
Yeah, he does. He gets away with it. He's completely got away with it. So yeah, he does a sass, and something about the bravado and the sheer unmitigated lack of fear earns a bit of respect from the dwarves. And they're like, ugh. And he sort of joins rank with them. He pulls out a shield and a sword. Cool. Okay, so the dwarves all are still making ready. The crossbow men are now have been kneeling and still aiming. From the other side, you see the horde now, and it is, although you've got over your fear, it is truly fucking terrifying, especially the way they sort of march like this. Oh, sound effect. They're sort of doing
Good.
that towards it. You like that?
Are you
Nice.
like
Lockstep.
playing with some pencils in a pencil case?
No, this is actually in game. Look at this. Check this shit out.
Oh, awesome.
Decorum.
Yeah.
How's it go again?
Sounds of
Draguda, Macordum, Sages D. Do you remember that from Bedknobs and Broomsticks? Dracuna, Macordai,
Vaguely.
Macordum, Sages D. Yeah, so it's really scary
Reminds me of
shit.
the one from Monty Python where they bang themselves in the head.
Alright, so anyway, moving back to the action.
Prominent.
So the skeletons are now moving towards you. They're not running, but they are definitely still walking relentlessly. New round. So Del, back to you. This is the second of the 2 rounds of you potentially drowning. So you don't have to make any tests, but you can now make. Well, you've got 2 options really, haven't you? You can trust the idiot. Did I say that out loud?
I always trust the idiot.
The idiot with a rope.
The idiot with the rope, yeah. Or you
I'll
can
say
try. And,
that the idiot is the only one who has consistently, actively tried to help me. So yes,
Yeah.
I trust him completely.
yeah, and it's got to work. And at some point, it's got to work, right, Blue? So-
One of these days.
One of these days, if your luck holds. All right. So, what do you want to do? How do you want to prepare this, or what do you want to do? You're moving pretty quickly. I mean, you're sort of like here-ish now.
I mean, I try and grab the rope. Like I just.
He hasn't thrown it yet,
Look
but what are
behind.
you doing? Anything to
Oh, he hasn't
prepare?
thrown it yet.
Yeah.
I'm just looking. I'm just keeping my eyes on him, and yeah.
I love
I mean,
the
there's not a whole lot I can do.
I love the idea that you're just basically bobbing up and down the walls, just staring at him, making no effort to try and meet him halfway or anything like that.
Well, I can't swim, so I guess I just try
You
not
can try and
to.
fight the current a little bit if you want.
Well, yeah, I would love to do that.
Alright. Cool. So do you want to make a strength test? I'm going to give you... you can't swim. So I'm going to give you a -10 penalty to your strength test, because that's realistic. And you're sort of still, your head's coming up and down. You know, you're sort of trying to fight.
My strength is 4.
So that gives you 30% chance. Ooh, that's a 5. I'm going to say the computer tells me 5. The computer says 5, so that's a 54. I'm afraid. Okay, cool. So you sort of try and doggy paddle your way around. You sort of turn yourself around, but you're still being dragged this way. And you're still managing to get a little bit of air, but you're starting to feel your energy wane a little bit. And this water is sort of slowly dragging your wet, now very heavy clothes and possessions down a bit further. So you are in trouble. This is not good. All right, so Ratty, up to you, sir. You're continuing, and I think you're going to be able to make a throw attempt this round. Can you also make an initiative test real quick, please?
Yeah.
I'd say you're around here-ish now.
Yeah, so I was about to move my guy. Thanks for moving him.
You're
All right.
welcome.
Roll
90.
And throw the bollocks.
90, you're in the
That's
clear. Everything looks great. You think actually even the sunshine came out in the middle of the night. It looks like a spectacular day today. It's going to be a great day, Tom. So yeah, Ratty.
Does that mean because I failed my initiative, I've completely forgotten the skeletons?
Yeah, pretty much. Like you're just thinking how nice it is for the wind to be in your hair and how beautiful.
I'm actually thinking that water looks pretty tempting, and I'm kidding myself.
I'm going to make you make an intelligence test.
That's what I shout to Del. Like,
What do you shout?
Is it nice? Is it? How's the water in there? Is it nice?
Yeah, why don't you come and join me?
I'm going to make you make an intelligence test to not join.
Really? All right, let's do that.
You want to do it? I'm up for it. Really? All right, fuck it. I tell you what. Do you want to get a second opinion?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to talk to your brain?
I think it might be time to have a little chat with my brain.
With your brain. All right. So
I need my brain to sort this out.
So anybody that hasn't seen the show before, Tom, not only being an intuitive hedge wizard that sneezes magic or just does magic by accident and intuition, he also has a very funny relationship with his brain. His brain, we found out, has an alternate personality called Gary, who's basically loosed on my dad. So Gary the brain is basically kind of like his advisor, but doesn't often give great advice. He does give good advice sometimes.
So this is going to go on in my head as I'm running and getting ready to throw the rope.
Yeah.
And
so
also
time just goes.
Yeah.
When you sort of slow down, and the spittle from your mouth, the drool from your mouth, just hits the air and just hangs there a bit way longer than it should do.
Excuse me, I'm not a cow. I'm not.
But your tongue flapping in the wind like a dog. You know? Sorry, Tom. Go ahead.
So, oi, brain.
What? Who's that then?
Brain, it's me, your owner.
Who's me?
Elias P. Rattigan, you know, the
Ratty?
guy.
Is it Ratty?
It is. You're in my head.
Oh, that's right. I'm your brain. Oh, that's right. I know. No, I know. I'm your brain. That's right.
You're in my.
I didn't forget.
That is correct.
I didn't
You're in
forget.
there. I'm so glad you're in there.
I didn't forget.
Yeah, well done. Just a quick question.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm just.
You doing all right?
Something.
Are you still doing that magic thing?
I am. Yes, I can do the magic.
Do you do it well?
Well, brain, that's a matter of opinion.
Oh, don't worry. Listen, in my career as being your brain, lots of people, try to not help me, and I ignored them. I just did. You should ignore them and just do magic.
That's generally my rule in life.
Good lad. Great. Oh well, that's a good chat. Well, nice to speak to you.
Hang on, I did have something to ask you though.
Oh, what was that?
I did. I was wondering if I should maybe go for a little swim because the water looks quite inviting.
Oh, I love swimming. Swimming's great. It's very good exercise.
It is, but we do have a whole load of skeletons.
Do you swim? Do you swim?
I tend to just float stylishly, but we do. Brain, can I just qualify?
Sorry,
I just need to qualify. That we've there is a load of skeletons coming towards us at the same time.
A load of what?
Skeletons.
Skeletons.
Like,
What, is that like to do with the magic thing that you do?
Well,
I think. Listen, I don't tell. Listen. Can I give you some advice? Just don't listen to anybody else. If skeletons are the thing that you want to do, you just do that. I'm still proud of you, Tom.
Know that this is a conversation that Neil's had with his dad many times.
It's like therapy. Oh, sorry, Karen.
Talk to somebody new.
Go on, Ratty. You had a serious question. I wasn't listening.
So should I get in the water?
Yes.
Quite nice and
Yes, you
inviting.
should. You should jump in, both feet. You know, enjoy. It's good for you, isn't it? Swimming. You love it. Anyway, good chat. Take care. Well done.
All right, bye, brain.
Bye, Ratty. Love you. And then he just goes silent. And
Come back.
you go, vroom.
And they never spoke again.
So you sort of immediately snap back into reality in fast time, and your spittle flies off in the distance, your tongue still lagging around your face, and you feel great, and you think that, well, you've been advised, you can make up your own mind, you have free will, but your brain is saying that looks fucking great, that looks like a good thing to do. Woo. You all still with me?
I guess I'm going in the water. I
you
guess I'm going to
could-
leap in the water too.
Okay, do you want to jump for it? All right, so you can just jump
Is
in.
there anything quickly I could loop the rope around as I jump?
You're going to be
Just
looping the rope on the fly, jumping in next to Dell. So it's going to be a little tricky, dude.
I might make that roll.
You might make the roll. Okay. So what? It's going to be a dexterity average with your initiative. I'm afraid, pal.
Surprisingly good dexterity.
Yeah, it's going to be average with your
Dexterity is like
initiative.
my best stat, which feels weird because I'm a wizard, so I never have to do anything.
Well, you used to have to play with yourself and make your own toys and friends a lot without the woodland material around you.
That
So I think
sounds
that's why.
like a masturbation.
I was not. I was going way more innocent than that, but take from that what you will. So half your initiative and average your initiative and your dexterity for me, please.
Oh man, maths, dexterity, and initiative. Yeah,
Just tell me that I'll do it. No worries.
48 and 26 is 60, 74. 74.
So that's 37, right? So 37 or
37,
under.
yeah.
And you have luck as well. Don't forget about yummy luck. So that's not bad, actually. 37.
Yummy
So
luck.
you see a heavy log, and you're sort of you're fashioning this loop at one end, and you're just going to try and snag it on the log as you go past, and then jump in.
I'm trying to get the best of both worlds, both a swim
and also a rescue.
and rescue.
Brilliant.
Let's
I love
roll
it.
this and find out.
Let's do it. 88.
Fucking hell.
So what happens, Tom, is you loop it around the log, and it does go around the log, and then you pull it, and you're like, ha 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 ha, and then you jump, and as you jump, the rope breaks the log, and in midair you turn around again in slow motion, and as you're turning in slow motion, you just hear this faint, echoey voice that comes through from your brain. Goes, "Oh, Tom, did you say swimming? I wouldn't do that. It's really, really fast rapids." And then he goes,
Gary, you wanker.
and then you smash into it. So Del, you see him very expertly loop this rope around the log, and you're like, "Wow, that was really impressive." And then you think, "What is he doing? Oh no, no!" And then he jumps, and then the log breaks, snaps branches, and then he jumps and splashes down next to you. And then he sort of bobs up again, and he's like literally staring at you. Can you also now make a very quick strength test, please, Tom?
Yes. So that's just my strength percentile.
Yep.
Percentile, right? So under 40, basically.
And welcome to the first episode of Bondo versus the World.
72. So, okay, 72. So you are now, what's your toughness, by the way, just out of curiosity?
My toughness is 4.
Okay, please take a automatic wound, and you are now have 4 rounds to try and get out of this thing before you start drowning too. So we're taking an automatic wound for that, please, Tom. That's a risk test.
I think I'm on full wounds.
You on full wounds? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, all right. I'm going down to 7. Okay.
So Bondo, you hear this, and you see Ratty just take this flying leap. "Oh, I'm going to save you and swim!" And he just goes and smashes the water. You see Del. I don't know what is Del doing right now, Blue? When you see that happen?
Rolling my eyes like.
Yeah, the aquatic equivalent of rolling your eyes. He's like Roger, and just goes splashing headfirst into the water with this rope thing. What are you gonna do, sir? The dwarves now. You hear sort of like "Hush!" which means like to hold, but basically ready, steady, ready to shoot. And Gimbrin, who's looking very much the hero right now, with his massive fuck off hammer, is just sort of behind them screaming orders. And as he says that, so what do you want to do, sir? I should ask you first. Sorry,
Jim.
My main thing is I want to try and engage the skeleton. Oh, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah. Jim.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, dude.
Yes.
Oh, good. Yeah, basically engage with the skeletons with that Molotov, ideally. So make my way
Through.
in a.
Do you want to move
orderly
yourself
kind
to?
of-
You can move yourself around the same level as the Lore Master, who's in the middle here. So
About
okay,
there.
cool. About there. So next to Gimbrin, basically. Okay, you can be there-ish. All right, cool. You make it there. As you do so, the skeletons. Excuse me. The skeletons almost at the same time that you kind of come to a stop in the formation. They all go and stop, or almost as one. In fact, they're actually a little bit closer than that. I would say they're not quite so far away. So they're like up to. Oh, it's not moving at all. Damn you, tabletop! Fuck you. All right. You know what, tabletop? Fuck you. I'm gonna just move them anyway, and they can't stop me. So this skeleton, you know what? Fuck it, they moved. Okay, silence. So they're moving. They're not quite as far close as this, but they're within about the next round. They could charge and enter combat. So the dwarves, you can see a couple of the dwarves at the front. They're sort of, you can see beads of sweat rolling down their neck, and one of them slightly shaking as he holds a crossbow. But they're holding their metal, and the Lore Master is reading out something in Khazalid. Which is essentially like kind of like the stories of one of their ancestors, the clan's ancestors, rousing stories of heroism, which always does the trick for a dwarf to find their resolve. You're about there, but these skeletons are stopped, and you suddenly hear this from behind the first rank and file section, and you can't really see it because it's quite far away, but you definitely hear the snap of bowstrings and this kind of. You do know that this, basically the next round you're going to be peppered with arrows, or at least they're going to be raining down on the dwarves right now. Is there anything else you want to do? You can't really move anywhere, but you can take like an action, I guess, because you're sort of on the move.
Try and put my axe over the top of my head.
Amazing.
Flat-sided.
Of course, the flat-sided, sir. Obviously, the flat-sided. One of the dwarves looks over to you and goes, "Oh, yes, using the..." He speaks in Khazalid. "Oh, yes, the axe defense against arrows. Very good. Worked against the elves in the War of the Beards. Very good." So you see a couple of the other dwarves.
Boy, no shield.
This
You
is
know,
like
what?
this is like the Wile E. Coyote equivalent in the dwarf world of putting the little tiny umbrella over your head as a boulder about to fall on you.
It's gonna have to do.
I love it. So you put up your little tiny. In fact, you do have a cocktail stick probably on you at some point after the party. So yeah, you pull up the axe and you sort of like put it over your head like Wile E. Coyote, and just sort of wait for the inevitable. Okay, so Ziggy has now got his shield. He's sort of holding it above his head and crouching, going, "Look, see, I'm doing something. I look really heroic. Look at me." Like that, and obviously nobody's looking at you. New round, I would say the dwarves are now. In fact, the first rank and file of the dwarves also fire, and they go. He goes Haj, Kahoo! Like that, and they just go. And they fire off their crossbows straight into the ranks, and a couple of these skeletons immediately get smashed to pieces as it sort of rips through the first sort of section of the skeletons. It is a new round. Blue, you are now going to start drowning. What that means is you can still do things, but you're sort of taking in water, your energy is flagging. You're going to be taking a wound per round. So the idiot has splashed and is literally level next to you. In fact, he's not come back up from the surface. He's underneath the water right now. And you're sort of bobbing on the top.
Call me the idiot.
I'm sorry. Ratty the idiot is underneath the water.
That's better, thank you.
You're welcome. What do you want to do, Blue?
I can't do anything, right? I just gotta.
You can make a strength test to sort of get to him and grab him and try and help him up if you want. So you can sort of do things. You just can't fight the current that well. But there's still things you can do. I'm going to tell you that there are things you can still do. All you can't do is get to the bank at the moment. But don't forget, he was holding a long piece of rope, and he's there. And it's like maybe the two of you can get out of this when one of you can't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. I'll try and I don't know, lift him, I guess, or help him.
You try and put your arm under and fish around until you hit something stupid. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Make an initiative test, please. We're going to give you -10, obviously, because you are in jeopardy yourself. That's a pass, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a pass. Okay, so you sort of dive your head down. You keep your head up. You sort of put your hands down and start flailing around, and then you grab something that feels like human hair and a head, and you just yank it really hard up, and you manage to bring his head to the surface, and he's like. And comes out like that. And do you say anything, Ratty? You've just been like saved from a watery grave.
I say, yep. Water is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like more like like that. Yeah, Murloc. Okay, cool. So you sort of yanked him up. You can still do something. You notice, like, his hand comes up. He's sort of fighting against the current like you are. He's still holding the rope. So he still has the rope in his hand. Make an initiative test, please.
And he tied it against the log, right?
Like, yeah, but the log came in with him because he snapped the log in half. It's basically a shit log,
okay.
This is what we're saying.
I'm doing initiative again?
Yeah, initiative again, please.
Come on, we got to get a roll here.
59, that's -10. 69, 59, that's a pass. Literally a pass. Even the -10, 69. So even with the -10, you pass. Okay, so you grab the rope and a flash of inspiration comes to you. You see further down, there is actually an overhanging, there's a part where there's a slight curve that you can see here. And there's also an overhanging root system from a tree that's been felled, but the root system is still coming out like this. So it's not very good colour, you can't really see that. There's a root system that sort of is feeding into the water. This is fresh water. It's just like this, and it's overhanging. And you reckon if you could push maybe you can push the idiot into it, holding onto the rope, he's going to get tangled in there, or at least has the sense to grab it, because he's on that side. He's sort of on the same side as that thing. That maybe you can, but he can hold on, and you can then climb up the rope that he's holding and get to the root system, and you'll be able to get out that way. That makes sense?
Yeah, I do that.
All right. I'm going to give me, to give yourself a bonus, make a strength test to basically shove. You basically grab the rope from his hand, and like you leave it in his hand, but you sort of find the other end of the rope and you wrap it around your arm, and then you're just going to give him a good shove towards that. That's a 0-8. That's a huge pass. All right, wicked. So you give him a good doof underwater, a doff underwater, and he sort of like starts pushing out a little bit, pretty much so he's absolutely in line with this root system. Is there anything else you're going to do, Blue, before the root system hits him?
I'm going to say brace for impact.
Okay. So yeah, Ratty, you hear this, brace for impact! Like, I guess it's your go now, Ratty. So you heard everything that happened, right? Do you know what's going on?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna send a little thought to a ferret. My ferret buddies.
Oh my god. Your ferrets are underwater. They're in your pockets.
Right. Ferrets.
Yep.
Ferrets can swim.
Ferrets can swim.
I hope.
Yeah, they can swim.
Swimmers.
They're pretty good swimmers, yeah.
I'm ordering Spidge. I give him a little thought to bring me a little piece of thistledown, which I load into my hand.
Okay, so both ferrets immediately pop out of the water. They've got these little kind of like cute little masks on, and there's a little tiny like a reed, like kind of like straw, but much thicker, is sticking out of both their mouths. and they just plop up like that and just blink at you.
Why are they better equipped than me?
Not idiots.
They're like fucking James Bond.
They're basically James Bond ferrets, and they both stare. I'm going to draw a little picture of the ferrets actually. So they're sort of like, oh, that's not a terrible color. Carry on talking. I am listening. Sorry.
I get a piece of thistledown in my hand, and I sort of choke out the word "out of it, you bastard," and I cast Flight of Amar, and so hopefully I'm going to take off.
Flight of Amar is an excellent choice, sir. These are the ferrets. Okay, so you cast Flight of Amar, which is immediately going to raise you out of the water. So do you remember how this works, Tom? Have you got it written down? I did ask you.
I think I've got to roll a dice to see. I'm
12
gonna have
for direction, isn't it? Or D8?
Yeah, it's like a D something for
Do you remember
direction.
how far up you go?
Hang on. I am really obviously I'm looking it up, but I'm
super prepared, Tom. Super prepared, sir.
I'm not at all prepared. I'm just in the moment, and my computer is being really slow.
That's cool. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's cool. So you cast. You say, "Oh, bastard," and you just go and straight up into the air. So Del, your perfect plan, which had worked perfectly this far, is now completely ruined by the fact that he's decided to cast a flight spell and is now zoomed into the air. And you're sort of slightly yanked with it, but you're not out of the water. Your head's above water now, so you've stopped drowning. But he's now suspended in the air and is still moving in whatever direction we find out in a second.
So yeah, I roll a D6 for the height in yards and a D8 for direction.
A D6 for the height in yards, okay, and a D8 for direction. So do you want to roll a D6, sir? This yellow one will suffice. Yeah?
Yes, I do. There's a D6.
Yep.
Right.
The problem I've got with this, Tom, is all I can see now is holidaymakers in Spain paragliding. As Del goes down the river and you're on the other end of the road.
So I go 4 yards up in the air.
And the Spanish look at him like, oh, bloody tourists. Okay, so you
God, here we go. Okay.
You go 4 yards.
It's the dwarves.
Yeah, you go. Going, tourists like, bloody humans. All right, so you go 4 yards in the air, and what was the D8 roll, sir?
The D8 roll was.
By the way, you're moving at speed, so that speed is not going to go anywhere. You're just going to move in the direction.
Was
with that
direction.
Speed.
So where is D8?
This is a D12, right? There's D8's a really weird looking. Hang on.
They are a weird.
This is a D8. Here's a D8. It's on Sad Tom.
Are you sure that's not?
It's on Happy Tom. No, that's definitely D8. That's Happy Tom.
That looks like a D10.
It's not. Trust me, sir. Trust me. It's D8. Okay. That's a D10.
It's a D10.
Fine. It's fine. So 7.
Well, let's say I go 7.
So you're going to go. So you're facing.
So 7 is. I'm going
this way actually. This way. You're going to go over towards the dwarves. This way.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Excellent. That's actually probably the best direction you could be going in. So you just go like that.
IMR is working for me for once.
For the first time ever. Okay. So Del, because you wrapped your arm around, you literally
hits the building.
You're literally You're literally yanked out of the water into the air, and you start dangling. Sort of like your feet are basically at head height to the dwarves, and Tom is just now like racing off in this direction across the dwarves' well-maintained pattern. And what do you want to do? You can make an initiative. You know what? Put a pin in that. We'll come back to you in a second. Ziggy is sort of like is now like moving forward a little bit. He's armed his crossbow and he's also taking aim. His little wrist crossbow. Bondo, what do you want to do? So you're witnessing all of this unfold in front of you. So what do you want to do? You've got 6 seconds as this happens. So as you move,
have I got enough time to throw the Molotov?
Yeah, but what's your strength, though, man?
My strength is, drum roll, please. It says pulling the papers out. Right, strength of 3.
Okay, you're going to have to charge out into the middle between both sides to hurl that Molotov. I'm just saying.
So I'm going to do the Banksy, am I?
Kind of, yeah. You're going to have to do that. So you're going to have to like run out, light it on the run, which you can do, because you have the skill, so that's fine. You have specialist weapon bombs, so you can do that and then run out to the middle and then throw the Molotov, but you won't be able to get back, okay, into the defensive line. Just saying.
Definitely don't go for a swim in the water. It's not a good idea.
You hear from above you as Ratty is like sort of half like floating above you,
dripping
and
the
floating.
dwarves.
Yeah, in fact, you are.
for the tip,
The water's running down your leg and is just like dropping on all of the dwarves' helmets as you fly past. All right, so you're gonna have to roll a ballistic skill test, straight ballistic skill, no modifiers. And is it? Did I say plus 20 last time, or was it just straight ballistic skill? I think it's straight ballistic skill, isn't it? Because if you don't have the skill, then you'd have a minus. Yeah, straight ballistic skill. So it's your ballistic skill. You can hit the
skill is 29.
Wow. Good luck with that. Do let me know, by the way, if you get a double. So I'm just saying, for no reason, asking for a friend.
Okay.
So
That
roll your
might be
dice.
something you should work on there, old Jim Bob.
Going to camera 3.
Camera 3. 61. Okay, so that is a
Hope in
miss.
hell.
Not a hope in hell. So you sort of throw it, and the arc like spins out, and it just goes plop like that into the water. With no big dramatic like explosion or anything. It just goes plop, and just goes into the water.
No.
I'm starting to think we're not good at our job. Like, I don't know. I'm just like throwing that out there.
Just an
We may need to
absolute-
reconsider our profession.
In the
Absolute
But we're
disaster.
adventurers.
In
This
the-
isn't our job.
in the
This
other
is the
Vagabond
set of
universe,
skills we need.
if you're interested, in the other Vagabond universe, right now, Dell is battling a dragon, has just come up with some amazing plan to save this awesome party that she's joined. And the Vagabonds... Yeah, right? And the Vagabonds are in jail. That's the alternate universe. In this timeline, the
And
alternate
all was
We're,
right.
we're in the stocks forever.
in the mirror universe, that's what's happened. You're in stocks, and she's in this awesome band having the time of her life. All right, so back to this reality, the mirror reality. Where are we at to? That's Bondo, so I guess new round. Okay, the skeletons at this point, not because you've queued them or anything, start screaming and charging. These dwarves are now slung their crossbows, got out the weapons. They're not charging back. They're going to meet them head on. The formation tightens up. So my computer keeps slowing down. Why does it keep doing that? Come on. The formation tightens up, and these dwarves literally kind of form like a really solid wedge now, focusing around obviously the Lawmaster. The only two people that are the scouts. These scouts are sort of moving around the sides of the building, obviously going to do some kind of skirmishing tactics. Ziggy sort of takes a position on this side over here, and he sort of goes, "Hey, Bondo! 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 You're going to die! I just want to tell you that in case I hadn't realized. Good luck!" Like that. And he sort of like just takes out his shield and sword and just stands ready.
Such a fucking asshole.
It is.
I think he's just pointing. I just think he's just being helpful, is what I feel. He's being helpful.
He's just a buffoon.
He is a bit of a film. So
But
the
different
skeletons,
sorts of ratty.
a little bit. So the skeletons are out. That one's dead.
I mean, it would have made sense if he shouted at me, because I'm like hanging in the air right now. Like,
Oh no! Every time he looks at you, he just starts laughing. It's like there's not much you can do. It's not the way.
slightly unhinged.
Slightly unhinged. Yeah. So these skeletons now moving this way. You see the skeleton warband is now moving around the side. It's actually splitting, and 3 of them are now moving around the sides, and the others. Oh Jesus! The others are now moving this way. You also see.
And a tree has come to life and is also attacking us.
Yeah, it's yeah. The tree men are really pissed off
Stop
with the
giving
fact.
him ideas.
The
Thank
tree
you.
men, the ents come along and go, "Ooh, manlings cutting down our trees. Ooh. Good undead people that don't need warmth. Ooh, we're going to help the undead." That's what we do. So yeah, there are undead coming out from the sides here. They are archers and they are
trust
bows, and they are also going to start taking aim as well. But you are at least now amongst like the dwarves if you can land this thing. Yeah, what are you going to do?
Who? Which of us?
Dell, I believe.
All right, so what's the
You
deal?
can literally let go of the rope and drop down.
All right, I do that. I feel like I need like just 2 seconds to just breathe.
Yeah.
Just, take a nice fresh gulp of air. Man, I don't know. I kind of want to just like
Take some time out. Just have a time out.
Just have a timeout.
yeah. I just kind of I want to
All those
like back
silver
up.
blankets and a nice cup of tea.
All right. So you're gonna blend.
I back up.
You back up. Okay, cool, fair enough. Yeah.
I back up. Yeah. Because these guys have their weapons out and they're not soaking like a drenched cat.
Cool.
And
the dwarves are sort of taking a few paces forward to like get into battle ready position. So you easily sort of slip past one of the dwarves. In fact, you see they're so focused, they're not even trying to like rib you or anything. They're not trying to hit you or like make fun of you. You slip past them with ease. Yeah.
That's sweet.
Don't read into it. Gimbrin sort of... Gimbrin sort of looks at you. He's about to say something, but then decides better off it and just sort of like gets back to the task at hand. Sorry, Blue Karen.
No. Wing Tim or whatever. I'm just kind of, they can be the cannon fodder, I think, at this point. I need a breather. I need to take a sixer.
Okay. You sort of turn to camera, like go, that was interesting, and then go, and then sort of open a 7-Up and cheekily look at camera and then drink it.
But also, screw you guys.
I'm gonna have a Sprite. Just drink it. Yeah. All right. So you sort of do that. So you take a little time out. Okay. Next up is Ratty. You're now floating upside down in the air, sir. You're now upside down, but you've done this before, so you know how to tuck your bathrobe in between your legs to avoid the embarrassment of being semi-nude. From the wrong way up. So what do you want to do? So your Flight of Agmar is active. I guess you have to roll.
By the way, it lasts for 1d10 seconds. How many seconds are in a round?
6. So it could last for essentially 2 rounds or more. So you want to roll a d10.
So it's going to run out this round, right?
Yeah, it's going to run after the first round. It's going to run out in the next round. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just say if you want to cancel it, it'll just run out. Yeah.
Okay. I'll just fall to the floor then.
Okay, so you sort of gracefully slide. You're like sliding in the air downwards, and you just hit the floor and just slam gently into the ground and on your back, and then you sort of like stand up and you're sort of there. The Lore Master's looking and go, didn't know you were a magic user. Could have told me that a while ago. Could have set something up, couldn't we? What college of magic did you go to? I need to know what your capabilities are.
Say to him, I sneeze and things happen.
He stares at you blankly for a couple of seconds, blinks and goes, oh, fuck me, you're a hedge wizard. Oh, fuck me. He just goes, right, old-fashioned way. And he brings out, he's got a couple of little axe next to his book. And he carries on reading. He sort of looks at you and gives a little, and then just carries on reading out of them the tome that he's been reading out of, he's been reading out of. Gimbrin sort of like comes up next to you and goes, you're really a magic user then? Alright, well listen, I don't know what you're capable of, but you better put your work in for you, lad. Here's the skeletons, obviously, the undead. We need you a little bit of protection. If you have anything that can help our boys, now's the time to use it. Otherwise, try and stay out the bloody way. He sort of steps forward and takes a position at the front of his men like that. Ziggy sort of just is just laughing to all of this.
Do I have time? By the way, to use a noodle recharge?
Yeah, I would say you do because it's pretty quick sticks and they are sitting on your shoulders now. They've put their little snorkels back in your pockets and they're just sort of shaking their fur off on your shoulders now.
Okay, so I'm basically where I sit cross-legged. I'm gonna summon Noodle up onto into my lap, and we commune, and little charges of sort of violet magic start zapping from him into me. Basically.
Okay, cool. How much magic?
It's like a miniature Godzilla breathing his attack.
Really?
Yeah,
is that how it works?
Into my nostrils.
Into your nostrils. All right, so anybody doesn't know or doesn't remember, basically we discovered that, is it Noodle or Spidge? I can't remember which one of the way around it is.
No, so Spidge is my ingredient bringer.
Yeah, and Noodle is your battery, basically. So Noodle acts as a battery. That she can stock up magic points, and whenever Tom wills it, because they have obviously telecommunication, he can ask her to give it back to him. It basically acts as like a battery for when he's low on magic. But it also overcharges you if you have too much, I believe, isn't it? A little bit. So how much are you taking from? How much does she have? Do we know? I guess not, right? So we have to roll a d6 for this, I think.
Yeah.
We didn't establish that, so let's roll a d6 and work it out that way. I think that's probably fair. And unless you make a note of it, sir, I can't really guess. So roll a d6 and let's find out.
Okay. Here we go.
3. Okay.
3.
So let's say she was charged with 3 magic points. You now get 3 extra magic points on top of your total. That's cool. And then she sort of whisks down to the pocket and just sits out.
I'm back to my full number.
It gives a little happy little like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, that's your go over. Bondo, sir, you're now snap in the middle. You can make a charge to meet the enemy, or you can drop. Can you move your hands, please, sirs and lady, and whoever blue? Can you move your hand, please?
Just the green hand.
Green hand.
Oh, sorry.
Nothing.
Sorry.
Green.
It's otherwise your green hand might get smacked by a skeleton, and I want that full force to be hit onto Bondo's noggin. All right, so Bondo, you can charge to meet the enemy now, or you can fall back into line. It's up to you, really.
Oh, I'm going to charge.
All
Bondo
right.
is definitely a charger.
Nice. All right, so
Go, my brave soldier.
my brave little boy, do you have a shield?
Remember, I've got a lot to prove. These are dwarves. I need to prove myself.
Okay, so do you
My
have?
brave little boy.
You still think they're little children, don't you? You didn't realise they're actually adults. Cool. All right, so you make a charge. So that's weapon skill plus 10 against the skeleton who is not charging, but they're sort of like rushing. So I'm still going to give you the charge bonus. Why the hell not? So it's your weapon skill. What is your weapon skill, sir?
52.
52 plus 10 for charging to hit, and then we'll work out the damage afterwards. So let's take it for a walk. Why not?
Okay, going to camera 3.
72. That's not going to make it, is it?
So plus, hang on,
Plus 10.
luck.
With luck, will it make it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so your luck holds. You don't know how much luck you have left for this, so you managed to make the hit. Okay, roll a d6, sir. So d6, the first act of aggression goes to the humies and the dwarfies and whatnots, and the gnomies. I guess the elf. That's a critical! Okay, so roll your weapon skill again. And let's see whether or not it's straight weapon skill roll. 52, is that going to hit? 25, that's a hit. So roll your roll this d6 again. This is a critical hit, which is and it's a very complicated roll, folks, but this is how it is in Warhammer. That's a 1. So that's 7 in total, plus your strength.
My strength is 3.
And do you have anything else to add to it? So that's 10. Do you have anything else to add to
Mighty
it?
blow.
That's 11. Anything else, or is that your full whack?
No. Strike mighty blow is the only thing I can think of.
Cool. Well, you are going to completely destroy this thing. So do you want to walk us through how this happened and start the fucking battle of the vagabonds? So excited.
Right, straight overhow, a straight over the head crown guard. Axe comes straight down. Skeleton shatters to bits.
Cool. Very cool. Deeply cool. Fucking Michael Bay cool. That's how cool that was. All
Down
right.
through the fucking ribcage. Boom.
In fact, you do it so well, you basically burst through the thing.
Playing it like a xylophone.
Playing it like a xylophone, and then
Yeah.
you're sort of still moving a little bit. So you smash through and just obliterates around you some kind of cool, I don't know, crash
Hopefully,
zoom panning shot.
all the dwarves give him a little round of applause. Oh, very good show.
You do,
Well done.
yeah. So all of you lot here.
Like little polite.
So you all.
Just taking a good shot in croquet.
So yeah, anybody that doesn't speak Casalid hears Kasha! That, but all you hear, Bondo, when they speak Casalid is, "Oh, well done, top man! Nice one, Commander!" All that kind of shit. But yeah, the dwarves are like, "Wah!"
I've got a suggestion. By the way, I've got a suggestion. I want to play Ziggy next round.
You can play Ziggy, yeah, he's under your control, man. That's cool.
I've got to move for him. Well, I've got to move for him, but I want him to pull.
All right, yeah,
Is it
sure,
his
sure.
turn yet?
Have we
I don't-
done? No, this is the first kind of active combat now, isn't it? So we're getting into
So no,
combat now.
he's
Yeah.
yeah. So Bondo's the last. All right. So
So let's go back
guess-
to Del. So Del, it's up to you. Skeletons are now charging. Yeah, skeletons now charging. I would say en masse. So you're now going to be charged by a couple of these little dudes, and then the rest of them sort of like they're not. The thing is, that they don't have any emotions, right? So they're not even like upset about the fact you've destroyed one or afraid of it. They're just now reacting to the fact that you've started the battle, as it were.
What are the dwarves doing?
The dwarves
Are
are being very stalwart.
They
They're
don't. Do they have
basically-
bows and arrows or what?
They've
what's
already
their weaponry?
fired off a couple of. They fired one
Right.
volley of crossbows. They've now put them away. They've now brought out shields or two weapons or two-handed weapons, depending on what they're carrying.
They're basically getting ready for the charge.
They're going to meet
the
it. Yeah, unmovable objects meets an unrelenting force kind of thing. And they've now tightened up, so they're much, much tighter together. And they're sort of like some people are covering each other with shields, that kind of thing. So they're doing that shield wall thing. But not everybody has a shield. So some of them are pretty much just in workman's uniform. They've got no armor on, for instance.
Got it. Okay. I move away from the water so
Yep.
that there is no I can fall back into the water.
Okay, you saw my cunning trap. Very good. Right.
I'm just like, do. I mean, I'm back. I'm in the back lines, and I ready my bow to fire, and I make sure I have clear line of sight.
Well, you're taller than all of them, much taller.
Yeah,
you're a little taller than me, so that's cool. So, can we? Yeah, that means you're going to be aiming, which gives you +10. So you can aim for like maximum of 2 rounds, I think it is, and that gives you a cumulative bonus to your ballistic skill. So next round, if you want to fire, you'll have +10. If you hold on again, you'll have +20. It's basically aiming and like holding that bow, like that thing when cool like Robin Hood and shit, they hold the bow and it slightly shakes a little bit. It's like that basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. All right. Cool. That's your round. It is now Ziggy's go. So Tom, you can take control of Ziggy right now.
So I want him to. Are the skeletons moving in on him? How close are they?
To Ziggy or to Bondo?
To Ziggy.
They're probably only about like 10 yards away now. They're definitely charge distance. You could charge, or you could charge halfway and do. Yeah, you can charge at them if you want.
I wanted to pull some Captain America shit with a shield.
You want to do some Captain America shit? I'm down for that, sir. Captain Empire? Fuck yes.
Yeah, but I want to. The move.
You're trying to do a shield throw?
Yes, shield.
Fuck yes! I will totally allow that.
Yeah, I think Ziggy's.
Ziggy's
got to be a new move in his repertoire.
All right, man. All right, I may even make that a fucking skill. Shit. I'm gonna make that a skill if you can pull this off or like do it well enough. And yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, all right. Steve is gonna be happy with you unless this really ball goes tits up. But anyway, let's find out. All right, so you're gonna do it's gonna have to be an average of. Tell me the average of his weapon skill and ballistic skill. I think I sent you the character sheet.
Can I describe the move that I wanted to make?
Yeah, do
and
it.
Then
in fact, I've got his character sheet in front of me, so I'll work it out. It's going to be 42 or under.
A multiple part move, and it might take various. So the move charge he's gonna meet the charge, like so the skeletons that are charging on him, so he smashes that skeleton with the shield, like a sort of
like a shield bash.
Kind of back. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then when he sweeps the shield back, he's going to throw it into the next one.
Okay. All right.
Coming in on him.
Digging it. All right. So he does have 2 attacks. That is per round. That is entirely possible. So, all right. So you're going to shield bash the first one. You're going to shield bash the first one. And sorry. I laughed so hard I coughed. So you're going to shield bash the first one and then drop and roll and then throw, like Captain America, the shield into the second one.
Yes.
Digging it. Right. The first attack is going to be a straight weapon skill attack, which is weapon skill is 45. I think he has Strike Mighty Blow as well.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
He doesn't have luck, though.
He doesn't have luck, no. So it's going to be 45, and then you get if you hit, it's +1 damage. And then it's going to be 42 for the average of his ballistic skill and weapon skill to hit. And it's going to be a straight strength roll without Strike Mighty Blow, I believe. Does that make sense? So
all right, so I'm going to do the first roll I fucked.
You failed.
Immediately I fuck it up.
All right. So you sort of slam into it, but you don't really do any damage. You push it back a little bit, but he slams into it, giving himself a tiny bit of space. You're going to have to hold on for his second attack. That's going to come in a second.
Okay.
Attacking back.
Okay.
But you slam into the first one, but unfortunately he doesn't quite get the purchase, or he doesn't quite get the power behind it, and he just like.
I don't like those dice. I'm not rolling with those ones again in this game.
Sure, dude. Blame the dice.
I blame the dice entirely.
All right, Tom. Is it actually now Ratty's go, right?
Yes.
And that would be Bondo's first and second attack. Yeah.
So I'm going to come. Where is my little ratty guy?
Ratty's over here, dude.
Am I charged up now?
Yeah, you are charged up. You've got your full magic points at the moment.
It's time for Assault of Stones.
Okay.
So I get up, having just sort of had like little purple lightning bolts shooting into my face from my my lovely ferret.
Completely
And as
normal.
I
Nothing
stand-
weird about that at all.
No, completely normal. All the dwarves just totally just take it.
Yeah.
As I stand,
Dell's totally fine with that, by the way. Right, Dell?
Yep. So she should be. So she
Yeah.
should be.
Are you cool with it? You're
just-
like
I
not questioning this, thinking maybe you should kill it because it's like
I
devil
just
worship.
rescued you a shit way out of a river. So
Yeah, I guess he did actually. Okay.
I'm.
Yeah,
he
that's
decided
true.
to-
That's true.
ruined your rescue attempt. But anyway,
Is this gonna
as I'm
be? Is this
standing-
gonna be like your Legolas and Gimli kind of thing, where you start taking tallies of who rescued whom at which point? Please make that a
As
thing.
one.
Well,
All three count as one.
That's character development right there, folks. That's fucking genius.
just constantly pushing each other into rivers?
Yeah, and then saving each other. Okay, all right. Cool.
So as I stand, I'm going to gather up a handful of pebbles.
Yeah.
That are around me, which I'm guessing there'll be plenty because we're in the middle of a mine. Or mine sort of out area just outside of a mine. So I'm guessing there's a lot of rocks and stones around. So yeah, I'm going to pick up a handful of pebbles. So I'm going to move purposely, not like charge speed, but like move up
So you don't hit the
Here.
dwarves. Yeah, get it.
past the dwarf, like through the ranks of the dwarves.
Yeah.
And throw as I reach the sort of edge of the dwarves.
Yeah, the dwarf line.
I yell, "Owza, you bastard!" And I throw the stones, which I believe kind of just basically grow in size into big kind
Boulder
of
things.
sort of like baseball size
Yeah.
rocks,
Right. Okay.
which smash into the front.
Are you aiming at
these
a
front
group?
guys here.
Are you aiming at a group? These two?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, these
I'd
two
say
here.
these two are grouped. These are sort of too loose to be able to be hit. But you can say you can hit these two basically. I would
And
say.
again, I need to pull out my Warhammer First Edition.
I know.
You know what?
I actually know what it is off the top of my head. I looked it up.
Oh, great.
So
Okay, amazing.
it's a strength 4 hit with a d6 damage. It's automatic hit. Armor takes anything off, and it's it's d6 number of hits. So say if you rolled 4, it'd be 2 hits each, for instance. Or if you rolled 3, I'd just work out which one had the odd ones. So roll a d6 first to work out how many hits,
Okay.
and because you're aiming at a group. It's quite a fucking devastating first level spell, I have to say.
It's a pretty good.
And the ingredients
like,
is like
pretty-
stones, man.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I chose
So
it. Is like the,
that's
the
2
stones
hits,
everywhere.
that's 2 hits each. That's a very good choice. So 2 hits on both of them at strength 4, like a crossbow bolt. Okay, this is a great
Yeah.
spell. Cool. Roll it.
So now I'm going to roll damage.
This is for
Yeah, are we
Skeleton
just-
A, who likes
are we
long
just-
walks at the beach and doggies. That's 3.
Three.
You can move your hand, please, sir. That'd be good.
Yes.
There's a 3. Okay, so and if you want to roll the second hit as well, and I'll work it out.
Okay.
And that's 3 again, so that's 7. So
Three.
yeah, okay, that's 2 hits of 7. That's going to do it. So that thing just gets crushed, like its head just gets spun off by these couple of.
I'm going to just call. By the way, his head when the top stone hits his head does that kind of cartoon thing of like it
Spinning
spins
around.
and then kind of then just falls off.
Like that. Okay, and it just falls off. All right, second, the
all
2 hits on the second dude. That's a 4.
4.
Anything over the 2 is going to do it. A 1. No, that will still do it. Actually, hit a 4. That's fine. And you can tell me how you smash the other skeleton out.
This one's just both his kneecaps taken out, so he
Right,
just
okay.
like kind of collapses.
And just collapse
Yeah.
into a heap of bones. Nice. Then these are the 2 that were facing off Bondo actually as well. So Bondo, he's just stolen your kill, probably.
Yeah.
Fucker.
So
I can live with that.
Right. Okay. That's your go over, sir. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, but I just turn around and smile madly at all the dwarves and go, "See, not just a pretty face."
Okay, you hear this. "Grog, Jaza!" They start shouting something, and the first one of the dwarves comes up to you and slams you really hard on the chest. Another one comes up to you, hugs you, and gives this ridiculous, like, meaty kiss. And you start hearing this chanting, "Roddy, Roddy, Roddy," like that. Bondo, I don't know how you feel about this dude, but you start hearing them chant this thing, and you do speak Casalid. And what you hear is, "Whoa, did you see that? That was a corker. Hey, he's a real proper dwarf friend, isn't he? Dwarf friend, dwarf chum. And they start chanting that. Now, you know that dwarf chum, or dwarf friend, translation, is one of the highest, like, honorific things they could say to a non-dwarf. That's quite a big deal. And the fact that they haven't, like, mentioned, or they mentioned your cousin gnome, but that goes without saying. I don't know how you feel about it, Jim.
Yeah. Bondo doesn't really have that kind of an ego.
You sure?
As far as it's concerned.
Fair enough.
It makes life easier for everybody.
That's very adult of you, Bondo. It's very adult.
Yeah.
Very adult.
In your face, Neil, trying to shit stir.
I wasn't trying to shit stir. I was trying to fucking roleplay. I was roleplaying.
How dare you?
I was roleplaying.
How dare you?
I'm the god. I will smite you so fast. No, it's a fair question. It's a fair question.
Bringing out the threat.
Dude, he looks up to gnomes. It's a fair question, and he's roleplayed his character. He's made his choice. I'm not bending his arm, or dangling a fate point in front of his face. I can do that if you want me to. No, I'm not doing that, Jim. But I'm just saying that it's a fair point. So he's cool with it. So anyway, they're calling you Dwarf Chum, which you don't know. You just think they're mispronouncing your name. All right, so it is now Bondo's go. Bondo, what are you up to? So these two things have smashed in front of you, which was useful, I guess, because obviously it's giving you a bit of space. You've sort of taken in the area, and you can see that there is a lot of skeletons coming. And actually, there are more skeletons than you sort of saw initially. There's at least like 3 more units, I would say, of these things coming out of the darkness towards
Can I see these guys over here?
You can now also see these skeletons coming out of the forest, yeah. But the good news is they're pretty fucking weak. These things aren't like... I mean, you can't remember ever meeting skeletons, but you've been afraid, obviously. But these things are pretty... Once you hit them good, they smash easily. Huh?
They're old skeletons, they're brittle.
Yeah, they're brittles, but they don't seem like they're particularly sturdy things. They smash apart pretty easily. Which is good news, otherwise you would be really up shit creek. What do you want to do, sir? You can charge... the dwarves are now sort of like... in fact, the dwarves actually now start charging themselves, and they start meeting the rest in battle. So they're now surging forwards. There's sort of like a guard that is staying around the Lawmaster, about 5 of them. The others are breaking off into here. The 2 scouts and also one of the other like minor dwarves sort of go behind the houses, obviously to meet the flanking skeletons. Del, you noticed that, by the way. Gimbrin is rushing forward and is not quite with you, but is sort of coming behind you. And the other dwarves are surging forward, apart from the Lawmaster ones, which are obviously around him. So yeah, Bondo, what do you want to do, sir?
Well, I'm getting caught up in the excitement at the moment, and I think I'm going to try and have a crack at this chap here.
Cool. All right, dude.
If
So
I
you
can make it the distance.
Yeah, I can. They're charging towards you now anyway, so I'd say you can easily make the distance. You've got a charge bonus plus 10 again, sir. Yeah. So roll your dice.
So with my weapon skill of 52.
Plus 10. Is that plus 10 or is that
Let's see.
42 plus 10? I'm sure I can't remember. It's gone now. So do you have weapons?
No, my weapon skill is 52.
So you have a 62 chance of making it work. 90. Oh, you fucker! Oh, you fucker! That was so close. That was so close to a critical. Okay, so 25. Yay, Jim. So this is your second. This is your second attack. This is your first or second attack? Your first attack, right?
First attack this round.
Good, first attack. Okay, so you smash into the thing, you hit it, roll a d6. I almost had you. Possibly another yummy fate point. Oh well. Shucks. 6, motherfucker! Right, that's a critical. So roll your weapon. Dude, you're on fire tonight, Jim.
Bondo's just turned into the tank.
That's a failure. So it's just 6. It's just 6 points of damage. Plus 1 because you're striking with a blow. 7.
3 for strength.
That's
10.
a 10. That's still going to do it. Yep, yes, that's going to do it. So you've smashed. How are you going to dispatch this one, sir?
Business-like. I'm just trying to kill an enemy, not,
All right, cool. So back to the action with Ziggy. So Ziggy's done the attempt to shield bash. He then drops to
determined not to be entertaining there. I'm not going to be interesting. I'm just going to do it and really. I just hit him.
Ziggy notices the fact you do it in a really precise, economical manner, and that's what threw him off his first shield bash. So, oh, fuck. He looks really good doing that. I should have done that.
Yeah.
So
he taught me well.
He taught you well. Yeah, he did actually go, oh, in fact, actually, he's going to do the ego thing of saying, I taught him that move! And as he says that, he does a shield bash, and that's where he gets thrown off. All right, so he's done the shield bash. It didn't work. He now turns his attention. Are you still going to do the shield throw, even though you're in combat? with 2 of them. It's a very Ziggy thing to do, so I think that's probably on point, actually. Tom?
What?
You're now control. This is Ziggy's second attack.
Yes.
You're trying to shield her, right? All right.
Yes.
You're
I'm
taking
still very
such liberties with this character. It's extraordinary. I
still very upset with the fact that I failed the bash. But,
I know. That would have been the icing on the cake, sir.
I'm those dice I'm consigning. They can get in the bin as far as I care.
I will bin them for you. I have the power.
Jim, what dice have you been using? Because they are on fire.
I will clone them for you.
I use my own special set.
There you go. There you go. These are now cloned. These are the lucky dice cloned. Does that make them the evil twin dice? I don't know. Let's find out.
Which ones?
These are new dice now. I've changed the dice out because you've been a real wimp about the whole.
I don't almost shouldn't trust the ones that you provide. DM. Yeah, if that's what you're called.
I'm your god. I don't believe in good or evil. I'm just am.
So this is under his bow skill, right?
This is under his the average of his weapon skill and ballistic skill, which is 42. So 42.
What gets me is that if Steve rolled this, he would pass because he always pulls off the cool moves. But let me see what happens when I roll.
Only when nobody's.
I passed! I fucking did it!
Which means I have to find a convoluted reason for nobody to see this. Okay, so the dwarves are moving forward past you, and as the last one passes that could possibly witness this, that's when you because they think you're in trouble. So they sort of like peel past you to try and take off the pressure from the other skeletons behind you. That's when you do this cool combat roll and you fling your shield at point blank range straight into the skeleton. All right, so roll your damage. It's just a straight D6 roll.
Did we forget Del, by the way?
Sorry?
Did we forget Del?
Do we? No, I think we're on the same thing. This is your second attack, don't forget. Same combat round. It's your second attack.
It's the same round.
Yeah, Del's up next, yeah. So roll your dice.
Del's chilling with her can of Sprite.
Yep.
Okay. Which is it a 6?
Yeah,
D6 again?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
1. That feels very much like Ziggy. That's a very Ziggy roll. So you do a shield. You do the shield throw. It smacks into the skeleton, and actually, as opposed to completely destroying it, because that would have been fucking epic, it just sort of like lodges itself. It smashes half his chest, and it just lodges itself in the skeleton. But now the skeleton looks down.
So Ziggy's just. I've just lost the shield.
Yeah, you just lost. I'm gonna make a note of that.
How Steve always comes back and like half of Ziggy's equipment is gone.
Yeah.
Get it back.
Pretty much.
There we go.
That's my crossbow. Yeah.
Does anyone see my crossbow? He does have a wrist crossbow, which I'm going to take over. He's going to do some Boba Fett shit next, so don't worry. Just watch out.
Yeah.
I might take him over again.
I like this idea that we're going to turn him into the Mandalorian.
It's basically my aim. That's why I gave him a wrist crossbow on the fly because I'm
going to give him a Disney Plus subscription and just sit him down in front of that show.
Ziggy, this is Disney oomph.
Although I gotta say, actually, for my birthday, Naz did a really awesome image of Ratigan as the Mandalorian.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so maybe I should claim him. I mean, Ratigan isn't.
You've got a lot going on for you at the moment. You know, chosen by God. There's a lot going on. Let's just take the piecemeal. Okay. All
right.
So that's your go. So Del, it is now your go. Blue, what's up? What's going down? There's a lot of cool shit.
Still aiming?
Yes, you are.
Off aiming.
Yeah, you're still aiming, so you can fire if you wish.
I would like to fire.
Okay. Which skeleton are you going to hit? You're going to emasculate Ziggy further, and
or like an idiot trying.
Yeah.
I would like to probably the one directly, like this guy right here.
This dude here? Yeah, that's good. The one he didn't shield bash. Yeah. The good choice, because that is definitely the one that he couldn't hurt. Very good. I see this. So roll D100. What's your ballistic skill plus 10?
My ballistic skill is 47.
If that's 57 or under, you have to get to hit. Roll it.
What am I rolling? Sorry.
These two. Oh no, 82. Okay, so you sort of shoot, and as you do so, the skeleton just literally steps forward because Ziggy's done this ridiculous move. You see him do this really stupid, like point blank shield throw for no reason. It just gets lodged in the skeleton. You hear this, yes, up 9, like that, as he just loses his shield, and the skeleton steps forward, and that's why your arrow misses. So again, it's Ziggy's fault that your arrow misses. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So next up is, I believe, we're at Ziggy's go. Actually, Ziggy now has a shield. He's now pissed off. These two things are now coming towards him. So he just turns and does a sort of unnecessary twirly spin. So I'm taking over from this round, folks.
Neil?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's Bondo's second attack.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It is. Yeah. Okay. So you have your second attack now, sir. Sorry. You can attack this thing over here.
Neil's just so excited by his Ziggy moves that he's just going to steamroll over. Everyone shut up, I'm being Ziggy now.
Shut up, man, I got some cool thing to say. No, I forgot that Bondo has 2 attacks now because he's militiaman. I actually generally forgot that. So, Bondo, do your thing, sir. What are you going to do?
I have just rolled a 0-2.
Oh, critical hit, sir. Okay, so this is now the stuff of legends. Critical hits, folks, 0105 or 96 to 100 is critical failure. 0105 is like a godlike maneuver. Something incredibly cool that has huge benefits temporarily to the player or players. Okay, you're here. There's not a huge amount around you. I'm going to move some of these other dudes up, maybe. I'm going to say that you can make an additional attack using the body of the skeleton that you sort of dispatch. Yep. I think that's fair, right?
Fair enough.
How do you want to narratively do that, then, dude?
Right. I have hit the skeleton with the flat of the axe.
Yeah, you're going to kill it, essentially. You are going to dispatch it.
But not with the blade, with the flat. So I hit this thing so damn hard, the bits of it go into the one behind it.
So you explode it, and then it's just going to keep exploding. And then it's just going to take this one out as like a shotgun blast. I will allow it. Okay, so these two things just go bam, bam. I gotta say, Bondo, you are looking like a god of war right now. Nice work, friend. All right, so you sort of explode this skeleton, and it explodes into the next skeleton and just wipes both of them out, almost like the shockwave effect. If these things were actually like sentient beings, they would definitely be freaked out by that. But luckily for me, they're inhuman automatons. Okay, you do hear screams from around. As Del then takes a shot and misses, you hear screams from the buildings over here, which you can't see past. So obviously, and you can hear clashes of steel on steel. Also, the skeletons have appeared from the woods, and they're all carrying bows, and they're now starting to fire at the dwarves. The dwarves are now breaking rank, and they're charging forwards. So these dudes are now sort of charging together. These are like coming over here. Gimbrin is leading the charge there. He's now pretty much next to you where you are, Bondo. Yeah, I'm going to say these dwarves are sort of fanning out, and the dwarves around the Lawmaster are staying where they are. These skeletons are now kind of sort of flanking a little bit, and they're starting to fire arrows. The Lawmaster shouts something, and now the Lawmaster and his group are now sort of heading back to the bridge. Presumably to try and meet the threat, if that makes sense. Del, they have marched past you, so if there's something else that you want to do, you have fired, it didn't work. You can also move a little bit if you want, because you're pretty nippy.
Yeah, I'll move.
Yeah, sure. Where do you want to move to? What's your plan?
I'll move towards maybe Ziggy.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your movement, just out of curiosity?
Hang on. It is 5.
Oh, you can move super fast, man. Yeah, okay. So you can actually, you could theoretically run to level.
Promises.
You could actually, she promises.
Light as a feather.
You can, you glided past the warriors. Yeah, you can glide. So you can essentially run probably past Bondo with a movement of 5 from a standing start. So you can basically use that as an arc where Bondo is. That's as far as you can move in one round. Put yourself wherever you want, basically. Yeah. I mean, do you have scale sheer surface or anything?
Do I have what?
Scale sheer surface.
No.
You sure? You're an outlaw, right?
I have scale.
Yeah, that's scale sheer surface. Yeah, you can climb.
Yes, I have that.
You're basically like half parkour, half mountain climb. You can climb anything, basically.
Ninja shit.
It's ninja shit.
Yeah, I'll climb on top of the houses to have, the high ground.
You want to get the okay? That'll give you +10 to your ballistic skill as well. Okay, I can.
Become the Teddy.
Pretty sure you can get to the. Yeah, basically, you're a better version of Teddy. Teddy was shit compared to you. Don't tell Pete. Teddy was shit compared to you.
Pete, I hope Pete's listening and is just raging.
This is raging. Like,
I'm an archer. I feel like having the high ground. What did you say? I get +10.
+10 to your ballistic skill, yeah, and you can fire every round as well. So you're now in badassery territory right now. I dig it.
Cool.
All right, so that is your go over. Ziggy has his first go. He has no shield. It's lodged in, unless you want. Okay, so here's what Ziggy's going to do. So Ziggy, the skeleton sort of like starts charging him, and he sort of like nukes up at you, Del, from like the corner of his eye. Kind of thing is, "Hey, elf, watch this! And he does this unnecessary twirly spin. Oh, that's the skeleton. So Ziggy does an unnecessary twirly spin. He just sticks out his wrist crossbow into the skeleton's mouth. Well, he tries to. Let's see if that actually happens. So he's gonna. So he's gonna fire.
So you get a plus for close range.
Yeah, it's point blank. It's a point blank shot. Yeah. So he's gonna. So he does this twirly thing. He puts the bolt straight into. Yep, that's gonna hit. Straight into the mouth of the skeleton, and he just fires. 4, 6. Yeah, that's gonna do it. So he just fires point blank, and this skeleton's head just goes and just bursts off and flies off into the distance. And the skeleton's body just sort of takes a few like crappy swipes with its little like machete, and just sort of wandering in a random direction before collapsing. Del, you saw that. You saw it was deeply, and it was unfortunately quite cruel. He then is still moving, and is now like reaching towards the shield that is lodged inside the skeleton. So that's pretty cool. All right, I gotta say, there's a lot of Marvel cool shit going on. I'm digging it, folks. It's now, I guess, Ratty's go, right?
What am I gonna do?
I don't know, man, but it's like one-man upmanship now. Do you know what I mean? You gotta really up the game each round until you'll blow the whole thing up.
I mean, I guess this guy here. I'm just gonna. Well, they're a bit far away from me, dude.
Who are?
The archers.
Yeah, but they are drawing and firing right now, by the way, into essentially the central group. Just saying, they're facing you lot, and they are.
I mean, Okay, yeah, all right. Again. The nearest one, like these archers over here, on the other side of the bank.
Yeah, the other side of the bank, and they do have you all flanked.
Right, the nearest one that's taking aim, is it like this guy here?
Yep.
That guy?
And they're in skirmisher formation, so they're not treated as a group. They're all individuals.
All right, so I whirl around. It's, you know what it's time for?
What's that?
It's butter time, bitches.
Yeah. It's butter time, bitches. Okay, cool. So Butterfingers, the best spell ever. So talk us through it, please, sir.
The best petty magic spell ever.
It's quite overpowered for petty magic.
Many. Just as a recap for people who haven't heard it, listened in a while or whatever. Ratty is a big fan of inns and all the free shit that you can steal in inns. You know, his robe, his wizard's robe, which I'm wearing my version of right now, thanks to Juice, is stolen from an inn. Similarly, he has loads of packs of butter, like, you know, those one serving packs of butter they give away free in hotels.
What was the name? They came up with a name for them. Innkeeper's Butter or something, wasn't it?
I think it's something like that. Somewhere Hidden did a really good, drew one. I've forgotten exactly. But yeah. So anyway, I've got in one of my pockets a whole mush of them.
Okay.
And Spidge brings one out to me. Mr. Spidge brings one out.
Yep.
Into my hand. I point it at that nearest skeleton who's taking aim and yell, "Drop it, you bastard! Drop it!" And the spell should make him. I don't know if he gets a test.
He gets a dexterity test. I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to lie to you, dude. Skeletons, they're all thumbs, man. Skeletons are all thumbs.
Yeah, I know. So they're not really.
It's a straight dexterity test.
All right.
Yeah, their dexterity is rubbish. So okay, so let me. So what are you trying to drop his weapons from his hands, right?
Try and get him to drop his bow and arrow, so he can't shoot.
Yeah, he sort of, you see the skeleton sort of like do this thing with this. It just literally slips like it's a slippery, wet piece of fish or something. Just slips out of his hand, and the arrow just goes like just donks to the floor, and his bow just dumps to the floor, and he just stands there like with this sort of dumbfounded, dumb skeleton look on his face, and just starts looking around for his bow, like that, like that. But his aim is ruined, so the shot he's going to take this round is wasted. Okay, nice one. How much does that take? I've already taken off 3 for your magic points.
Yeah, I got to take my points off.
Yeah, I just took 3 off for you, so you need to take that one off.
That costs. I've got it right here. Butterfingers costs 3. Whoa, shit!
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. All right. So that you're down to 2 now, I believe.
Yes, I am.
All right. That's your go over, sir. Next up is going to be Bondo, yes?
He's
gone.
My first attack.
Yeah, are you charging? You're going to have to charge into combat.
No,
again.
I'm here.
You're going to have to charge into combat, yeah. Okay, first attack. So it's a charge again, plus 10. You know the drill now, sir.
Yeah.
That's a 20. That's 20. Yeah, that's 20. It's a pass. So D6, sir. 3.
Hondo's just turned into the lawnmower.
He's just whirling dervish right now.
That's my.
So that's 7 points of
nickname for
damage,
him.
right?
Yep.
Okay, so you smash into the leg and arm of this thing, and you sort of ruin its shield arm, and it smashed its knee. It's still upright, but it looks almost like it's about to totter over. But it's still going to gear up to it for a hit on you. And the other 2 are also sort of swarming you a little bit as well. That's your first attack. You have a second attack in a second. So Ziggy, having pulled off this cool Mandalorian shit, comes back to the shield, and it just punches towards where the shield guard is, to where the handle of the shield is, and he's going to try and ride the shield up through the skeleton, if that makes sense.
What?
Makes total sense.
Makes total
It
sense.
absolutely does.
Right? It makes sense.
What?
Yeah, totally. Yep.
Yep. So
Grab hold of the shield and pull it up through the skeleton, but ride the shield. What?
yeah, he's going to sort
How
of
does he
use the
ride
force
the
to break
shield?
the shield away and also break the skeleton in half.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I thought he said ride the shield.
No, not ride it like some bullshit Legolas that really broke the immersion of that particular film. Do you remember that? That really that annoyed me. I got annoyed by that. I was like, don't ride it like you're surfing.
I like a surfing elf.
No, the Ninja Turtles have had their day, man. Come on.
I got a lot of time for a surfing elf. Don't.
So Ziggy screams out, "Hey, look at me, Dad! Look at me!" And he grabs the shield and tries to yank it upwards. And then he just sort of he gets like a funny elbow or something. Or he just whacks his elbow and gets like oh tennis, oh, like that, and just gets a pain.
Sorry, it's not Ziggy's game.
Is it ever Ziggy's game?
Episode?
It's not really.
Well, yeah, sometimes he pulls some
is it?
genuinely cool shit, but today it's Bondo, really.
It's all
who's,
Bondo all day long.
MVP.
At this, the skeleton grabs Ziggy and sort of goes for his throat. I'm going to find out what happens in a second with that.
Yep,
So next up is you, I believe, sir. So Bondo. What's your... Yeah, actually, no, it's not. It's the skeletons. Sorry. Skeletons have slight initiative over you. So where are you, Bondo? You're in mild jeopardy, I guess. Yeah, so all 3 skeletons are going to try and attack you. The dwarves are sort of like running up, and like they're attacking. There's one that's running to Ziggy's aid. There's another one that's sort of attacking these 2, and they're both on this one over here. These dudes, in the meantime, the dwarves have sort of come across the bridge, and Bardak is now leading them. They're all sort of fanning around him, but they're sort of like leading to attack the flanking skeletons. So you've got 3 attacks on you, Jim. They're all going to happen pretty much simultaneously, but you're going to like work, parrying and dodging and all that kind of stuff if they don't hit. Usual stuff, sir. So the first one, it's 1 hit. 1 hit. 2. That's 1 hit only out of 3. So like 2 of them, you sort of catch them on the heft guard of your axe. Another one, you manage to get your shield in the way, and the third one just gives you a good dig in the ribs with its rusty blade. And that's going to hit you, sir, for fuck all really. That's going to hit you for 5 points of damage. And that's on your chest, your body.
Right, my toughness is 4.
So
there's 1 wound.
1 wound. Do you have
Got any armor?
Got any armor at all on the?
On my head at this point.
Do you not have any a leather jacket
yeah,
or anything?
Cave and helmet. That's it, kids.
Really? Oh, that's right. You refused my human skin jacket, all of you, didn't you? Now he's laughing.
Can't believe why.
Now he's laughing. Blue, you'd have looked great in that jacket, by the way.
Gross.
I'm all set. I'm good. I actually have a leather jacket, but it's not human.
This is a human leather jacket with a tattoo on the arm.
Thank you.
It's pretty cool. All right.
Woo!
so Bondo, you take a wound, please, sir.
Yep, done that.
Cool. Okay, that's it. So the dwarves are attacking. I'm not going to roll that. I'm going to do it in my
Got
thing.
a second attack, or am I just parrying?
No, it is the skeleton archer's attack now. So the skeleton 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of stuff I'm going to roll here. So let's just do this real nice and quick. So nope. Nope. And nope. And wow. Okay. So these archers start firing off towards your position, Ratty, and anybody near you. One of the archer that did the Butterfingers, picks up the bow and is still suffering from Butterfingers, notches the arrow, and it sort of just slips from his hand, and he shoots himself in the head. And his skeleton, he got a critical basically, and his like head just goes pew, plop, and just like lands over here on top of another skeleton. So now the skeleton has a skull hat of the other skeleton, and they're chatting to each other, and he's not very happy about it. So that was pretty funny. That's the skeleton's over. It is now your go, second attack, Bondo, and then it's Blue's go again.
Right, I'm going to take out the one I already had a go at.
Okie dokie, so you're down here. You've got 3 around. You can have the first one that's sort of hanging on to its undead life. Sure. So roll a D100, and I'm not going to say you're winning combat because you're in against 3 of them. That's a critical hit again. Fuck me. All right, that's an automatic double damage. That's a natural critical, so automatically double any damage that you roll now, which is completely unnecessary. So that's 4.
Dude, Jim Bob. You are just
on fire tonight.
On fire.
So that's 8 points.
On fire.
8 points of damage. So you can dispatch this one. Tell me how you kill the skeleton. Tell us how you kill the skeleton.
Come on, you got to pull something out of the bag here, though, Jim.
I make a small jump.
Yep.
I make a small jump, and I bring the axe down from the crown guard straight through the skeleton.
Kind of like a Superman. It's like a Superman jump.
Down a leg.
Yeah, like
yeah.
Cool.
Bit David Lee Roth.
But David Lee Roth kind of can't quite jump, but gives the impression of jumping because he's in such tight.
I want at some point, I want Bono to put his head down and just smash his head straight through one.
Yeah, a good headbutt, right? Okay, that was your second attack. That was beautiful, baby, beautiful. I'm going to give you. You are now winning combat against 2 opponents because of that critical roll as well. So you get +10 on your next attack, even though they outnumber you. All right, Blue. You can very quickly scour the. You can see the survey of the land. You know to make an initiative test, please.
Okay.
That's your straight initiative. I'll give you +10 because you are, and you've got excellent vision. +20, I would say. That's easily passed. Okay, so you take in the battle in a very fast glimpse around, looking all around you from your vantage point. You can see that 2 of the dwarves over here have actually been killed. And there's not 3, there's actually more than that. There's about half a dozen of skeletons that are surrounding this, like beating this dwarf back. And this dwarf is sort of it's being beaten back. It's relentless. And these skeletons have it cornered. It's slightly bloodied. And also they are going to again outflank not your position, but your party's position. And there's maybe 2 of them in dispatch, but there's 4 left basically. 4 left, let's say. You can see over here the dwarves are sort of now laying into the mass of the skeletons. They're heartened by everything that Bondo's been doing, and actually when they see him, they also start chanting out the dwarvish Khazalid dwarf chum, dwarf friend thing at Bondo now, which is kind of cool. Ratty, I'm not sure how you feel about that. Just saying. They're now doing that.
I mean, you keep on trying to play us off with this whole
I'm just saying,
dwarf
just curious.
friend thing. Ratty grew up in a hedge. He's not that bothered about being pals with some little dudes.
I love the idea that Ratty's already attained enlightenment. He just doesn't know it.
Yeah. I'm worried about the skeletons. I'm not worried about freaking
petty mortal concerns.
Yeah, so you can play this game all you want.
All right.
But it ain't gonna land.
It ain't gonna land. All right, so cool. Where are we up to? I completely lost track of whatever the fuck I'm doing.
I'm supposed to do a thing.
Yes, you're supposed to do it. That's what you can see. You can also see the archers over here. One of them killed himself and then just flung backwards, and his head landed on the skeleton, which is deeply hysterical. But you can see that there are more. You can actually see the one thing you can see is there are more skeletons in the forest, and they outnumber the dwarfs a little bit, not by much. But this is the extent of all of the skeletons you can see. You can see there aren't any more than what you can see now, so it's quite a big warband. But you definitely can't see. They're not unlimited. You can definitely sort of see an end to them. So there's definitely like a limit on how many of these things are.
Okay, so to my left, so over here, I can see one dwarf being
surrounded by 4 of them. And he's sort of and he's losing the fight. He's being attacked by 2, and there's like a third one comes in, and then like one drops back, and the fourth one steps in. It's not good, and two dwarves lie dead at their feet, and they're sort of trampling over them.
I'll try and help him. I feel like it might be slightly futile, but I would like
Okay, yeah, sure.
to attempt.
Whoa.
Oh no!
Oh no, the house erupted. Surprise! It's a trick. It's a trap house. The dwarf trap house. Sorry about that.
Dell turns out to be Superman and just throws a house at them. The end.
Cool. So okay, so you've got advantage because you're literally like above them. So you got +10 on your ballistic skill roll.
I would love to kill something. I just have not. I'm gonna blame the dice. But yeah. So do I? So I aim, but then is that my end?
No.
Like,
The good thing about a bow is you can shoot in one round. You don't need to aim. So you can aim.
Okay.
Aiming helps, but you can also just fire, like load and fire in one round. Yeah, you can fire, but you got
Fuck
+10.
it. No matter what I do.
Yeah, I know. The game feels like that a little bit sometimes. No matter what I do, the GM kills us. 24. Nice. All right. So that's a hit on whichever skeleton you choose. Roll a
Whichever one
d6.
is closest to him, maybe. I don't know.
I guess that's this one over here. This little dude here. Let's just put him slightly closer. That's a d6, please. I'd say roll it properly. I'm not. That doesn't. That was like a dice drop. I think that's do for a little roll, please. Thank you. I really tried to help you on that one, Blue.
Wait, no, that wasn't me. I don't know who did that. That wasn't me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the green. This is your hand, right? This is your hand. Okay, so that's one. So that's 4 points of damage. That does like you just get the arrow just gets lodged into the rib cage of this lead one, and sort of makes him step back half a pace. The dwarf like very quickly looks up and goes, "The sentiment's nice," and steps back again and like pulls like himself into ready position. "I appreciate the sentiment." That's what he says. Yeah, he's quite well spoken actually for a dwarf. That's actually his normal voice. He doesn't have like.
And I don't understand him, right?
No. The thing is, you do. That was actually his normal voice.
Okay.
He's actually
got
quite
it,
a posh dwarf.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Appreciate the sentiment. Like that. And he sort of steps back into a guard. So he's been quite decent about the whole thing, I guess. All right, so that's your go, I'm afraid, milady. Next up is, in the order, Ziggy again. So Ziggy's now wrestling with the skeleton. Oh, I didn't do an attack on Ziggy. Silly Neil. It's going to be a strength attack because they're sort of grappling. And he's got his arms around his throat. Okay, so Ziggy's managed to get his like hands in the way of this thing clawing at his throat, but now they're sort of gripped in a battle. Like the Hulk gets with those big abomination things where they just like go hand to hand and they start doing like that thing which hurts people's wrists. You know what I'm talking about? Wait, that came out wrong. I mean like the strength on strength contest thing, right? Hello?
Yeah,
hands.
Don't worry, they're locking hands and just doing a strength contest because he's trying to like... You know what? It's Ziggy. Who cares? Don't worry about it. And dwarves are going to come in and attack. So next up is...
skeletons literally don't have any muscles. So I hope
they're magical,
otherwise
Tom.
we're gonna laugh. I know they've got like sort of weird invisible. I don't know. Muscle.
Don't kill the magic, Tom. Don't kill the magic. So
I'm just saying.
Don't kill the magic,
Just
Tom.
saying.
Don't kill it.
Ziggy's got muscles that we can see. Let's
Tom.
see them.
Just willing suspension of disbelief, baby. Let's go with it. Right.
I'm
So,
just saying.
Tom.
I'll do it again. No.
So,
Look at suck my zipper.
so Ziggy, actually, unbeknownst to you, but this is a genuine roll. You can watch the video. I know you won't. Actually got a critical hit. And actually what he does, he sort of goes, "Get your filthy bones off my neck!" And just snaps both the wrists in a show of strength. Rips this skeleton's arm off, beats it with its arms, and now has two skeleton arms, and just jumps over this dwarf here and smashes straight into this other skeleton here and smashes it pretty much into pieces. And now is standing there with two bones.
What's happening? Ratty is just a really nice four-leaf clover.
That's
just
right.
Picking it.
That's right. You're on the other side of the... In fact, you're looking at the other side of the river right now. I'm pretty sure that Dell is helping that dwarf and so missed that moment. Bondo is deep into his armpits in skeletons.
Bondo is just in kill rage mode.
Yeah.
He's like...
Ratty just screams out to the gods, "Sigma! Why have you forsaken me? And nobody looks at the cool shit that I do. As he's beating to death one of the skeletons in front of him.
I like the idea that one day Sigma will just be, or Sigma, what is it? He'll just go, I saw that, my child.
Yeah, as he's he's about to blow himself up to make a point, kind of thing, and save the day. Yeah, so he does that. It's pretty deeply fucking cool. The skeleton is out of there. These dwarves sort of didn't notice it because they're too short. Okay, so next up, I believe, is Ratigan. It's your go again, sir. And these things are now firing arrows down, and none of them hit, but they are like firing now, and they're just standing.
Yeah,
and shooting.
well, I haven't got enough magic. I'm not going to do the same thing again. I haven't got enough magic points. This skeleton that's here.
Yeah.
This last, I'm gonna dive in and swing with my tree branch staff and
Okay.
Try and smash it to smithereens.
Cool.
So that is a standard weapon skill roll, I'm guessing.
Yep, that's pretty standard.
Which are the sexy dice that did the sexy thing?
These
I think
two.
it's these two. These are
Are Jim's lucky dice I cloned. We haven't seen if they're the evil clone yet.
Is Jim found some kind of little low roll hack or something that's
maybe. I'm keeping my eye on him.
No, clearly not.
66. 66. That'll do it. So yeah, good. You've broken the curse of the lucky dice.
I miss.
So in fact, you sort of swing. You almost hit the dwarf behind it, and he ducks. Thankfully,
my weapon skill's 43.
No, I know. He ducks behind it, and he sort of arcs over their heads, and you're like, yeah. Sorry.
It's not a horrible.
So these skeletons are now rounded on the Lawmaster, and the Lawmaster is sort of like they're now meeting. They're all sort of attacking. They're pretty much the same. Not quite. They're not outnumbered, but they're sort of meeting them, toe to toe kind of thing. And you sort of hear the Lawmaster's ranting of whichever bloody story he's talking about now. This one joins well, whereas this one here and this one here. I guess there's another one. Yeah, there's one more, isn't there? And he sort of comes out and they start firing. They sort of create a loose firing line and just firing into it. It's you who's going to Bondo's go now, I guess. His first, your attack, sir. Yeah.
Right then, I'm going to obviously swing for the nearest skelly.
Okay.
50. It's a pass.
Great. So make a roll for d6. So 3 plus your strength of 3 plus strike mighty blow that's for 7 points of damage. That is not going to do it quite. It's going to smash into it and destroy most of it, but it's still going. This one. That's your go. So then it is now the dwarves and the skeletons. So the dwarves and the skeletons enter the pitched battle. The dwarves just basically start running through the skeletons, trying to get deep into the lines. And they just start smashing, and the skeletons immediately turn onto anything closest. Gimbrin is also now just piling his way through, and has gone to the very center of where the skeletons are, and he's being attacked literally on all sides. He's also laughing maniacally and seems to be completely in his element and having a real hoot of a time. But he is literally surrounded by skeletons now, and there doesn't seem to be a very great tactical idea, but dwarves are. So the skeletons are now going to make a few critical rolls, not too many because it's ridiculous. So we're just going to hit. That's going to be okay. It's not miss. Okay, that's a miss, and let's say that one's a miss. Wow, fuck! I think I got the unlucky dice. What did you do? You took my power, Tom. What the fuck?
Nah.
Fuck you, Tom.
I've had a really shitty. Apart from that, I've had one decent roll, I think, the whole evening. And it's just, I am cursed. Every so often, you just have a cursed night with the dice. And
Seriously,
tonight it was me.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to sort of take away the casualties as they happen. I'm going to take those two away as well. So a couple of dwarves have fallen now. One of these, this skeleton you see Dale gratefully gets smashed. And this one, he also gets a powerful hit. So this dude turns and just smashes this one across the side of the knee and does quite a lot of damage. But this other one immediately starts charging towards him. So I'm just going to take care of these three real quick. So yeah, you don't know what the name of this dwarf. Obviously, you haven't met. And the dwarf sort of gets this one. He sort of manages to parry 2 attacks. Then the last one comes in and just like he's got this like long curved dagger scimitar, and just strikes him across the back of his thigh. And he just goes down to one knee and just goes rah like that, and gets the pommel of his axe and just like smashes it straight up into the skeleton and breaks it. But he's now basically sort of like one of his legs isn't working basically, or isn't working well, and these two skeletons are now doing that kind of around it, and they're sort of like slightly they're not wary, they're just trying to find a tactical advantage, but they're definitely sort of like coming at his flanks simultaneously. And you reckon next round they're going to charge him, which isn't good. He doesn't look in a good place. The Lawmaster has actually surprisingly lost quite about half of his retinue, and actually they're actually being pushed back. The Lawmaster has a weapon out but hasn't fought yet. The two dwarves seem to be taking on these other skeletons, and all of them are now moving across. They now outnumber the Lawmaster. And this skeleton stopped firing and is now running up towards them. These two skeletons are firing. I'm going to do a couple of quick hits on you, Jim, maybe? Or maybe not. Wow, dude, seriously. Okay. I need a cliffhanger. I'm holding out for a cliffhanger to tie this up. Alright, so, yeah, that's about... fuck, I haven't got a cliffhanger. Shit. I'm just going to have to kill one of the PCs. Del. First in, last out. Alright, so Ziggy... shit, man. Okay, so you know what? Fine.
This is a cliffhanger. Like, we're all like in the heat of battle. My little dwarf guy I'm committed to like trying to save. So
I got it. Okay. So Tom...
Master is surrounded.
Cool. So Ziggy's about to like do some cool shit, and we're going to cut it here. We are going to cut it here. It's getting late. But Tom... this skeleton in front of you gets dispatched by one of the dwarves has also fallen. This one's smashed into it. Goes around, he gives you a hearty slap on your shoulder and goes, keep at it, lad. He starts running, and this dwarf, in fact, there is two of them, sorry, I should say, that doesn't quite run it. These two dwarfs start running towards the battle, and one of them sort of gets ahead of the other. And can you move your hand there, Tom, please? So there's actually a skeleton at the bottom which has been dispatched here, and as the dwarf starts running past it, the skeleton, which has been destroyed, its arms sort of like splayed out. As the dwarf runs past it, the arm shoots out and grabs him by the ankle, and the dwarf just goes straight on the ground, and the skeleton immediately turns. The skeleton that's been half destroyed starts forming back together again, and grabs the knife and plunges the knife into the back of the neck of the dwarf. And at that point, folks,
some Game of Thrones shit.
At that point, folks, we are going to hold the game. Holy fucking shit! There you go. Pulled it out of my ass.
Fucking shit.
Holy shit! There we go. So sorry about that, folks. I really forgot where I was going with this. So you saw that happen. You also noticed something before that happened: a weird, eerie green and purple glow around that particular skeleton. In fact, actually, if you want a double cliffhanger,
was he vaping?
Yeah, he was vaping.
Was the skeleton vaping?
Yeah, he was vaping.
All right.
And if you want a double cliffhanger, around the Lawmaster, the dead bodies of some of the skeletons they've already dispatched are also glowing green and purple. And that's double cliffhanger. Ominous. Double cliffhanger, folks.
Vape ahoy.
Vape ahoy. Not that we support that, because I don't think we can.
That could be the name of... No, we don't support vaping.
We don't support anything, Tom, ever, just to make sure that we don't get in trouble.
Apart from good vibes.
Good vibes. We support good vibes, Tom. I don't know. Each their own personal preference. Cool, that's it, folks. So
positive messages and good vibes.
There you go. So cool, that's it. Combat fucking
we
heavy.
made it to the end of the episode.
Nobody died yet. All right.
Close. I was super, super close.
You got super close, right? I did try, and you're wily. You're wily like that. Yeah, snuck out of there, Blue. Good for you. Good for you. That's a long way down, Blue. You climbed up pretty high, I'm just going to say. All right. So thanks, folks. Thanks for stopping by, hanging out with us in our roleplay group. That was fun. I did enjoy that. The shield throw was inspired. Captain Empire.
Cool.
It was pretty
cool. Foreshadowed by the artwork, man.
I know.
Inspired by the artwork, man.
Was that what it was?
The artwork gave me the idea.
So not quite Jedi, but getting there. All right, cool. Digging it. Thanks, folks. I hope everybody in the community and the chat had fun. Thank you very much to our mods, as always. Without this, we wouldn't be able to focus on the game in the way we do. Thank you, everybody, for resubbing. There's been quite a few resubs today, so we really appreciate that. And we are trying to put a lot back into the community with perks and things like that we're working on. So we love
We've got lots more ideas brewing, but they're just too early to say.
Too early.
I just want to say T-Bats 107 just rated us. So hello, thank you. We're just wrapping up, but
oh no! Hey Raiders! Oh, I tell you what, Raiders, if you want to check out the stream afterwards, please be my guest. I also have a YouTube video with about 20 good episodes. 21 now, I guess. 21 good episodes of Warhammer goodness with these crazy motherfuckers, the vagabond people. Because we're people now, we have more than one gender. So check it out. It is a chunk of your life I can't give you back. I can't do that, so I'm sorry. But treat it like a radio show, like I do sometimes. We have to listen back to see what the hell went on, and just put it in your pocket while you do the cleaning. I mean, why not? Can't hurt. Anyway, thanks for stopping by.
We're occasionally funny, sort of.
Thank you, everybody.
You're fucking hysterical, man. I think all of
And
them.
the
really
songs now.
We now have songs. We now have songs. And they're available to anybody that's subbing as a perk for tier 2 and 3. We also have a comic book about how this whole thing started, which is free if you're on the tier any tier 1, 2, or 3, you get a free comic. Which
and if you're tier 2 and above, you're going to get stickers.
That's right. We have stickers.
And there's merch and everything.
And there's a huge, amazing cliffhanger that you just missed, but it was fucking awesome. Look at this board. Look at this mayhem. Look at Sad Neil.
You kind of half-assed it,
Sad Neil.
to be honest.
I didn't half-ass it, man. I pulled it out of my ass fully. It was a full-ass thing.
It was half-assed, and then it came, and then it
came
good
sir.
together. Just yeah.
Listen, you haven't even thanked me for giving her 2 little ferret snorkels. Don't think I didn't notice that, Tom.
That felt half-assed.
All right, folks. It's Neil, half-assed newborn, waving you goodbye and saying, "See you next time around the table." Somebody want to flip the table? Do it,
Jim.
Blue.
I can't.
This is Jim's day. All right. See you, folks. Thanks for stopping by. Take it easy.
Into oblivion.
Bye.